Hello, everyone.
Let's go.
What is up?
Welcome to episode number 65 of OnPoint, the Gaming Newscast. I am CMoney, and I am joined, as always, by the very lovely Doodle.
Hi, guys. Thank you for rocking with us. Let's go.
Absolutely. And in the center of the screen, you see our boy Madman. Welcome,
Yes,
Madman.
it's me. Hello.
It is he.
Me.
Guys. I don't know what's happening.
It's a great day, you guys.
I don't know what's happening, but we are literally in like the presence of Xbox's greatness, while at the same time, we're just watching PlayStation crumble. It's just
Crumble.
piece by piece. There's so many things going on. We're gonna dive into it, guys. We're gonna. All right, it's gonna be a fun time. I hope there's no sensitive people in here who might be a little sensitive for the pony tears that might cry. We're not trying to, but this is just the reality of what's happening. So we're gonna talk about it.
It's going down. We got to be a part of it. You know.
But before we hop in, we gotta start it same way all the time with some housekeeping. Excuse me. Guys, as you know, YouTube won't let us monetize. So if you had any desire whatsoever to help support the channel in any single way you can, please consider joining our Patreon like these fine folk have done on the bottom of the screen. You got our boy Jacob Novik. You got Mr. Joanna Dark. You have Dragonheart Yobi. You have Fonto Sir. And we have our newest Patreon member who was so kind to join us, Mr. Isaac Hayes 85. Welcome. Thank you so much for your generosity, guys. It means a lot to us. It makes us very happy. So we're very thankful for that. So thank you guys.
And welcome to our Discord, Isaac.
Isaac has joined the Discord.
So excited that you're there.
As you all can as well. It's right on the screen, right below Madman. Join the Discord, come hang out, have some fun. You know, it's a good time. It's a good time. All right. Now, today, we're doing our first show at this new time slot, which will be the time slot going forward, which is 5 p.m. Eastern time for OnPoint, the Gaming Newscast. Okay. But, guys, if you missed it, I implore you to go back and watch Dirt Griggity's interview on him and a guest. We just had it this past Tuesday. It was a phenomenal show. If you didn't, go ahead, watch it. You need to consume it. It was so good.
And get the crumbs too.
That is our Tuesday shows. Tomorrow, we have another show coming up. It's called OnPoint Anime and Beyond. It's where we talk all things anime, TV, movie, pop culture. All that stuff's going to take place tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then we will be back after the weekend on Monday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Morning Quest with Doodle and CMoney.
Yes, baby.
Where we're going to talk about the weekend, any gaming news that popped out, anything that's still popping that we want to talk about. Obviously, it's a huge chat-focused show, so we have a lot of fun with the chat. So definitely,
it is. I love that.
Yeah, it's actually turned out to be such a fun show.
It's so chill.
And you start the week off right, the way we all should, right? Talking gaming, hanging out with your homies. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So we have that all locked up. So that's your shows for the week. So please make sure to tune in. We appreciate you. All right. So we are going to start. Well, I'm not going to forget this time. With what we're normally going to start our show with always is what have we been playing?
Yes.
Now, guys in the chat, obviously, you know, go ahead and sound off with what you guys have been playing. Doodle, you pressed something and you made my screen go bye-bye.
Oh,
okay.
My bad.
Yep. So switch to the other one. You see there's you see it on the side, the different tabs?
Yes.
Click on the other tab.
I'm going to just not click.
Don't click on nothing. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so man, why don't you start us off this week? All right. Why don't you let us know what have you been playing?
Well, I have been able to get my hands on and play Cocoon, which has released on Xbox Game Pass. And it's quite good. Graphically, it's a stunner, and it has some interesting gameplay. It's very difficult at times, but you get used to it. And good thing I have a high IQ because I can figure things out anytime.
Good thing I have a high IQ. I guess it is a good thing. Anything else you've been playing?
Not really. That's kind of it.
So you've been hitting on the Cocoon. All right. Sounds like a plan. Doodle.
Yes, baby.
What have you been playing, my love?
I did a little bit of cocooning. All right.
You did some Cocoon too? Okay.
I've been seeing some tweets about how great the freaking game is. And it's really good. It's very clean. And hey, there we go.
That's how we do.
And I like the thinking in there. Sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating, right? But it's like I'm smarter than that. I can do it.
You want to believe.
I want to believe. And rocking a little Fortnite, a little dancing around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So gotta always do it. That's where I've been. See.
Nice. All right. Very cool. They're saying that you're cutting out.
I'm cutting out. Son of a gun. Thank you, guys.
Let's make sure you're talking right into the top.
There we go.
Right over there.
Right in there.
If the sound is not great, let us know.
Yes, please.
All right. So what
you.
have I been playing?
What
All
have
right.
you been
so
doing?
This is the thing. I didn't tell you, so nobody knew about this. Okay, but I found a little tiny time.
Oh boy.
To hop into Forza Motorsport.
Is it good?
On the handheld.
Oh, wait. I did play a little bit of Forza. And I didn't crash into everything I found.
Okay.
You didn't.
Oh, no. That was the Crew Motor Fest.
No, you were playing. That was the Crew.
I know, but I forgot to tell you.
Yes, so you did drive in. Yes, so we did play the Crew Motorfest, which I gotta tell you, like it got like good reviews, and I guess it's good for them, for what they've been doing. But I gotta tell you, it's not Forza. Like anybody who says it's like Forza or is close to Forza is sadly mistaken. Like there's no world that we live in that game is even close. Okay?
That's like if you have absolutely zero access to Forza and can't get Game Pass for some reason and can't afford the actual game, or are PlayStation only and are sick of Gran Turismo, then the Crew will probably do it for you.
That's what it is, really. This is like, oh shit, you have to press the. What happened to our screen?
It's me.
So there's nothing just happening there. There's just an empty screen with nothing playing in the background. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, we're gonna look at that for a while. All right. That's just the way it's gonna go down. Okay. So what have I been playing? Well, number one, I just said I snuck away, got a little bit of Forza Motorsport in. God, that is a stunning game, bro. I don't care. Man, it's wild the way that people are talking right now out in these streets trying to compare it to Gran Turismo 7, dude. 7? Nah.
The hate is real, baby. The hate is real.
That's so far away from the reality. It's not even funny. So Forza looks stunning, plays stunning, feels amazing. I never played a racing game that felt so good. Like you felt like you had so much control on a controller. You know what I'm saying? Not with a wheel, on the controller. Oh my God, amazing. Loving it so far. I'm not really feeling the stress that people are complaining about with the progression, like picking a car and kind of upgrading it and kind of feeling it. Because I could tell you right now, just with the first starting car, getting a couple of upgrades because it comes pretty quick. It felt drastically different with each little upgrade I got. Now in Forza Horizon, I'm used to we're already beat it, right? So what I do is anytime I go to play, I just pick a car, like one of the hundreds of cars that I have, pick like the weakest one and then like hook it up and then use that one to play, right? So I feel like every time I play, it's different. But, I basically go from jalopy to like supercar, right? Like every time, like it's like the worst and then it has the best of everything. Whereas this here, because I'm kind of like investing time into driving with the car, every time I make that little tweak where like I get that one part upgrade or those 2 parts upgraded, I feel the difference. I can feel the acceleration change, or I could feel the handling change or the braking. I mean, it really does make a difference. And I can see where they were going with the idea. It's like you kind of get attached to the car, right? And like I have like the premium edition, so we got all like they gave me like a million cars already. Like there's like I don't know, maybe 20 upgraded cars, but it's like I kind of just want to see where things go with my first car. You know, like I'm enjoying the idea of slowly growing it. So we'll see how that continues to go. I did also play some Starfield, which is the game I will be playing.
It's necessary at this point. See, we need you to get those hours in, bro.
Dude, I'm so in love with that game. It's not even funny. I did end up in a situation where I was getting my ass handed to me on
again. You mean?
Oh, well, slow down with this. Slow down with the
classic CMoney.
Okay,
happens every time.
Are here. Nobody gotta start punking me about Starfield and getting murdered. All right. So, in the ship battling, I got into the situation where there was like 2 waves. The first wave, it was hard, but I beat them. The second wave, slapping me up. There was nowhere for me to go. Like I just had to accept defeat. So after trying for hours to beat them, I could not. I waved my white flag and I just had to load an old save. Forget that. I will go back to that. That's the beauty, right? Like that mission is just going to wait there. I'm going to go upgrade my ship, do other stuff, get more powerful, then go back and smoke their asses, right? But right now, I'm just laying low, going to do regular stuff.
So you spent an hour in there. That's a lot of patience. I would have been like, fuck this shit.
I really thought I was going to crack it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. And that's just the reality of what it was. And then I also went ahead and started playing some of that Cocoon with you guys. And I could appreciate the graphics. I think they're very nice. I can appreciate how smart the puzzles are.
You guys hear where this is going, right? I appreciate
how smooth that the gameplay is when you're moving around. But listen, I'm not cut out for this stuff. All right. And it's not because I can't figure it out. No. I don't want to figure it out.
No, I get it. I get it.
Like, I don't want to take that amount of time.
For the thinking, guys.
Listen, I'm a thinking's man, thinking man, whatever I can think. You know what I'm saying? I know how to think. I think all the time. But
you don't want to overthink.
I don't want to overthink. Yeah, I want my thinking in video games to just be like, I don't want to be banging my head against the wall, wondering how the things
stressing.
And not that this game was that. I could have sat down and done it. It's just that I'm thinking about my time and I'm saying I could be playing Forza. I could be playing Starfield. Why am I going back to school to challenge me? I'm not looking to. I just want to have fun, right? I want to have fun, right? So Cocoon's pretty much dead to me right now. Not that it's a great game. I can see it, but it's, it is what it is.
I understand. All right. I understand.
Listen, before we hop into the topics, just want to shout out everybody in the chat.
Yes.
Appreciate you all guys coming here. You got your Joanna Dark, you got Sanchez, you got Six Slayer, you got Fonto, you got Isaac, you got Madman, who's also on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what you got. Hacker, you got Bunty. You got Jagger Blaze. Welcome, my man.
Welcome, guys.
Who else? Shitaro, welcome. Eric was good. Purpleberry was good. Just want to shout everybody out. Far Q, what is good, my man? Guys, thank you all so much. If I missed your name, I apologize. But yes, we're gonna get
Mr. John Dark did say that I should play Splatoon. And listen,
which one? Splatoon 3?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You don't know the story about this?
We were feeling ourselves. We were in there. We were rocking.
We had 3 copies.
Yes. We got ready for the battle.
We had 4 copies. We
got ready. We got ready to go. Tell them what happened. See, we're playing what?
So we were playing in the demo, right?
Yeah,
the beta leading up there, right? And we were murdering people.
We're like, you don't even know what's coming.
We were looking at each other like, this is it, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to get real. We're all going to get a copy. And we're going to own Splatoon. People are going to be like, yo, those mother effers are real. Stay away. Well, this is the thing. Turns out the demo didn't fully represent the caliber of players that are out there.
Yeah, I
and
think
when we finally all decided to log in,
the real killers came
the
out.
real killers
They
came
got
out.
us real good.
Yeah, I don't think we won one round.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as we started playing, we played for hours.
So I
And we just
just
couldn't
feel
do it.
like
We were
maybe it
that
was
bad.
unfair. Maybe some people got to do some training.
I don't think we're that bad. I just think they were that good. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I don't look at it like we were bad. I just think they were too good. You know what I'm saying?
They were killing us.
And Nintendo obviously does not invest in their proper online infrastructure to make sure that people like them don't come and abuse people like us.
It was real abuse. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where it was like,
so
Dusty, welcome, love.
We just had to keep it moving.
Yeah, we had to run up out of there.
Dusty, what is good,
and
my man?
in Forza, I will say, listen, I'm a really good driver in real life. The only thing I've done, the only thing I've done is I ran over the garage door, but that's neither or there. And I feel like it was the garage door's fault.
Now that you just put it out there, I think it's very much there.
But that wasn't on me.
It wasn't. You know what? I hate when the garage door just gets in the way.
It got in the way, for reals.
Highly disrespectful.
It didn't move fast enough out of the way, and I was rushing. And things happen, but I don't feel like that was a thing that was like on me. I feel like we've all come to an understanding, and I'm sure the chat will agree with the fact that that was not on Doodle. You know, things happen.
100%. Agreed 100%.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we've been going.
Let's go.
But we all know why we're here for.
Oh yeah, okay. I know. I'm ready.
So we're gonna hop right into the topic of the show right after this.
Get it.
Listen, I don't want anybody running around here thinking that this is about console warring, right? This is a console war situation right now. These are just the facts. Now, if the facts upset you, I mean, I really got nothing for you, man. Probably shouldn't watch. You probably shouldn't watch. But listen, Sony, specifically PlayStation, but I mean, obviously we know that without PlayStation, there is no Sony. So I guess realistically speaking, when I say PlayStation, I am saying Sony. Sony is in quite the situation right now. It seems like, and I think it was maybe Joanna Dark who said this. I don't remember, but I feel like it's the house of cards that they built, right? The house of cards they built, they're all just crumbling down right in front of our eyes. I feel like there's not an angle that Sony's not getting hit up right now. All right. So let's just go piece by piece of what's been happening, and we'll just indulge in it as we go.
Let's onion this bitch out. You know what I'm saying?
So let's go ahead and take the first piece of evidence that we have that they are in fact falling apart. They went ahead and had a super successful run during the PlayStation 4 era, right? Killing it, right? You had some good leaders out there. And then one day, out of nowhere, the leader that we all knew was gone, right? Like somebody snuck up behind him, threw a bag over his head, choked him out, and disappeared. And we haven't heard from this man, in a very long time. Obviously, he's out there. He's alive. He's out there. But, at that time, he might as well have been murdered because there was no words from him, right? There was no breath from this guy, right? So Sean Layden snuffed out, right? Then all of a sudden, we get this Jim Ryan fella,
Jimbo,
just coming in and taking over, right? Now, fast forward, right? They sold a lot of consoles, right? There's a lot of PlayStation 5s out in the world. They've released some games, but we still haven't seen anything that Jim Ryan has done for us in a positive situation, right? All Jim Ryan has done for us is what, raise prices, threaten everything we know about Sony first party, right? With his kind of sporadic desire to just make a bunch of random games that are games as a service without having any real plan or structure, purchasing Bungie when they're literally not even owned. Like, you could have just given them maybe a few $100 million for like an advisory role, and this would have been the
Seriously.
same thing. Yet you guys went ahead and purchased them, which I'm going to talk about my real theory about that later. We're going to bring it up. Don't let me forget, Doodle.
I won't.
Don't let
I
me
won't. I
forget.
got you, baby.
So they went ahead, and you have Jim Ryan doing nothing but essentially setting us up for failure. And then we go ahead and see that when Xbox announces that they're buying ABK, all of a sudden, right, a whole nother aspect of Jim Ryan comes out, right? In the emails that we know on the side, right, we know that he was actually pretty chill, right? He was pretty cool, calm, and collective. But then we get this maniac who's like out here just talking all types of reckless shit. He's literally talking to the people as if they won't say it, like saying, I don't want a new deal. I want to block your merger. Like, this is so, like, there was just so much shit coming out. And then we go ahead and we know the outcome. Xbox won, PlayStation lost. They're not blocking this deal. Xbox will close on this deal. Next week, it's going down. We're going to have a huge celebration next Thursday because I'm assuming that's what it'll be done by then, and I will be so happy. But we already know this, right? So what has taken place? Jim came, did nothing, and now only, I think it's like less than 4 years at this point, he's gone. He's gone. He's out.
Bye, Jimmy.
Night. Right? So again, this is one piece of evidence that we have, but let's talk about this for a second, Doodle.
What's up, baby?
Man, right?
Yeah.
Jim Ryan is out. Now, we've been hearing all the discussion. We've had the discussion, right? People are still divided on this idea, right? For whatever reason, people want to believe Jim Ryan. Now, Jim Ryan, as we all know here in the chat, right? We all know what his name actually is, right? Lion, what? Lion, Ryan, flying, dying, crying, Mayan, any rhyme that you can think of that starts with lion, right? Because lying is what this man does. But now, magically, people are confused. People are saying, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he is retiring. Maybe it's not a lie.
Yeah, he's like, it's almost been 30 years, but you know what? This is the time where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Right before.
Right in the moment. Well, first of all,
that's normally how people do it.
He's only been in charge of it for less than 4 years.
For 3 months and shit.
He barely gets started, and he's like, you know what? This is the time to go. The future's bright, but I'm leaving. Right? It's wow. Doodle, tell me about it, man. What do you feel about this? Did he go willingly? Did he say, I'm out, I'm done with this? Or did he get taken out?
He was taken out by the janitors on trash day. All right. It was trash day. They said, Jim, pop up in this bag. Let's go. I'm going to take your ass outside right where you belong.
Oh, shit.
You ain't doing shit for PlayStation.
Oh,
you know,
my God.
You gotta go. I've never seen anybody so cracked out.
Jimmy is such a loser. Let's be really honest.
He can literally be used as a don't do drugs advertisement at this point. You know what I mean? He went in. It was crazy. He was out of control. You're telling me Jimmy gave us so much entertainment this year. And I was in it. I was like, yo, what did Jimmy do today? You guys know I love my reality TV, so this was exciting for me. But damn, like he really, really trashed the name. And there's no going back from that. They're trying to clean the house now. we'll see if they can do damage control. But like, he really grabbed that shovel and freaking dug. He was like, I'm gonna take you, all you motherfuckers with me.
Yo, I think he was trying to get to the other side. I think he was just like digging it so he can have a nice comfy bed to lay in. When he just set PlayStation on fire and jumped out the window and said, fuck it.
He really did.
Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens.
They said, Jimmy, listen, this deal closes, you out. And he had nothing to lose. He said, let's go Cocoa Puffs and give them real crazy, because I'm not going to stop until I figure out how to stop this deal from closing. And listen, we saw a lot of crazy. And that's what he did when his back was against the wall. And I'm not gonna lie, we probably would have all done the same shit. Like, listen, if I'm not riding with y'all, if this happens, like, then let's go. Let's blow this bitch up.
Facts. I feel that idea. Like, that's some kamikaze shit right there. Like, if I'm going down, you're not coming down with me. Like, I can feel that. At least that's a little, it's a little gangster of Jim. You know what I'm saying? It's a little gangster of him.
I'm just saying.
I give him that. RWK, welcome, my man. Thank you for being here, bro. He says, when you retire, you usher in a new CEO, not the COO stepping in. Facts, my man.
Yes.
That's going to be evidence number 2 as we dive deeper. But yes, you are on point here. Pyro says, hashtags factions 2 is vaporware. Hashtag for the payers. Hashtag pay has no limits. Oh my God. Factions 2. That's gonna be evidence number 3. You guys are stockpiling it over here. Duke Togo, welcome, my friend. He says hi, and we say hi.
Hello.
Hello, Togo.
RWK says Jim Ryan made Sony a lot of short-term money. He did.
He wanted that quick money. But the problem is that, like, if you're looking at Microsoft and how they're building wide. They're going ahead. They're getting everybody nice and diverse. They're going ahead and they're creating all types of games. They're spending all kinds of money too, right? Which we know they don't have. PlayStation does not have that kind of money to spend and compete. But damn, you see them doing their thing and you're just going to sit there and watch them. Like, start making moves. It should not have been now.
Agreed.
This is not the time for them to freak out and say, well, let's see. And I mean, obviously, they got to go ahead and do something, but it should not have been now. This should have been a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, do something, bro. Don't just lay there and die.
They were too busy up on their high horse. You know what I'm saying?
They couldn't see it.
They were sitting on the tallest pony of them all, making sure they were all the way up there. They couldn't see what was happening beneath them. But what he didn't realize, and what they didn't realize, is beneath them, the world was changing.
Yep.
And they were up there. They didn't see it. And now, man, the knees got taken.
That fall was
a far
rough.
fall.
Yes. And the crazy thing is that some of them still don't see or understand that they're falling.
Yeah. Man, say that again.
Like, so high of a fall that, like, when you go down, you just splat. You don't even.
Yeah, like you're eviscerated. Like, they don't even see you no more. The bones turn into dust.
Like Mother Gothel when she fell on that tower, just pushed out.
Absolutely. Pyro says cough is pronounced Jamochio crying. Facts. Big Mad Mo, welcome, my man. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming by. Eric, I don't know the context of this. So I don't know. I'll put it on the screen.
I think what he means is no first party games.
No first. Right? Oh, damn. Eric, look at that. You just put down some like deep shit and Doodle.
I'm picking it up, baby.
She picked that right up. No wives, all prostitutes. What a way to talk about first party versus third party. Facts. She may be welcome, man. Welcome. Bunty says, I have to get ready to go to work. Video for another 12 hours, so I'll be back in a minute, y'all.
Yes.
Be back, because we'll still be here.
We got you.
All right, so that is evidence number 1. Man, what are your feelings on this Jim Ryan, what he's accomplished here?
What do you mean accomplished?
Was he taken out? Was with all his accomplishments, did he gracefully say, I've achieved so much, it's time for me to retire? Or
wow,
was he taken out? Was he snuffed out? Was he removed?
Well, for one, you said accomplishments. Yeah, fails don't count as accomplishments.
Facts.
And number two, yeah, I think that if he was fired, Sony probably would have tweeted, "We got his ass out." But I think he probably left before they could do that. So at least maybe Sony has some respect. Like he ducked out first. So just let it be.
I mean, we know with Sean Layden, they didn't even acknowledge his disappearance, right? So I don't think that they would have said anything about Jimmy. I think. I don't know. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Mav in the chat. I think he said. I heard him say, like I saw him say that maybe because Jim was there pretty much since the beginning, right? Since essentially the start of PlayStation, that maybe they just gave him the decency to let him quote unquote retire.
With his dignity.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, we all know. You know what I'm saying?
We do know. And listen, it's tough to look at what Jim has accomplished because this is the reality of it, right? We know he's not a gamer. So, okay,
nice.
let's say that's why he shaved off all the fun out of PlayStation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you're talking about being a businessman, right? And it's like when you think of that, right? Obviously, all he thought about was that quick money. And then you look again, we go back to Bungie and that deal that he invested in, and it seems like he can't freaking do business either. Like, dude, then what you good at? What are you good at? What's happening here? What have you really contributed? The only thing that I will give Jim Ryan is the fact that, listen, he was able to drag out this APK deal longer than it needed to be. And because of that, he kept Philly Phil from continuing on his shopping spree because he had a list. Okay, he had a very long list of things that he wanted to do, and Jim, with his crazy ass, he delayed the process. Right? That's the only thing I give him credit for. That did happen. They could have went ahead and gotten a lot more this year, and he created a lot of wave. Now, we did see those emails. We go from Jimmy acting super cocky, I got this, no worries, demanding things from Phil. Like, I was dumbfounded. I was like, dude, this arrogance is beyond. Like, I'm all right with a little bit of cockiness. You know what I'm saying? You got it going on. You feeling good. Go ahead. But this was like, you need to have something to back that cockiness with. And it's like, dude, you understand that you're at their mercy. They're trying to give you a 10-year deal. Like, you're at their mercy. They got this money that they could have bought Sony with. You know what I'm saying? And they're spending it on ABK. So, I don't know. It was a little crazy for me, the stance that he would take. And I also think with the email that leaked where they said we can buy Sony out of business. Okay, they had a lot more damage to do this year. Yes,
the gangster, by the way, who is 100% like spot on. He did not. This was not an email that that's an old plan.
No,
nah, man,
dude. Let me tell you something.
Obviously, the plan.
If you find an email, right, that leaked. Right. And you're like, oh, shoot, let me change this up because then CMoney will get paranoid. If I find an email that leaked from CMoney, right, and says I'm a poison Doodle, right? And you're like, nah, that's from 3 years ago or however long. That don't matter no more. I don't feel that way. Like, I'm not trusting you. I know what you're up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of crap we're reading.
Dude.
There's no way that they were thinking and it came up to go ahead and just buy them out of business. And they were like, but we're not going to do it. They were doing it. You saw it happen.
They are doing it.
They're buying everything they can.
Doing it all right.
And listen, again, they would have done a lot more damage had Jimmy Jimbo had not been running around like a crazy pirate, doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Facts.
So
now, I don't know if RWK is just very insightful, right? Where he just kind of can sense things, or if you're just giving this energy off out here, Doodle. But
What's up,
RWK, I don't know if you see on the screen, Doodle sounds like she will scrap in a minute.
Like not even
you
a
don't
minute.
even know RWK. She don't mess around, right?
A little bit.
Listen,
I like that.
It goes down. My girl Doodle. G Maybe says, janitor said, I just had this floor shine. Jim, you need to go wait outside. I'll let you know when we're done. Damn.
They never came back for him.
They never came back. He's still out there to this day, some say.
He's waiting.
He's just sitting in the corner with an umbrella. Oh, poor guy.
If you squint, you might see Phil Spencer.
Sanchez MTZ Gaming says, Jimbo is worth 250 million. He's good.
Oh, he is.
I mean, listen, Jimbo's life is good. Like his life
legacy
is damn, girl.
What's up, baby?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I got you.
His legacy is what's fucked.
Yeah.
This is the thing. It was like he wasted 30 years of his life right now. Now, again, not financially. He's set. But I'm talking about basically he's essentially Phil Spencer, right? Phil Spencer's been with the company since before Xbox was a thing. He's been there forever, right? He's built this huge legacy. And then it's like if Phil Spencer just says, you know what? F this. I'm canceling every game. We're just going to go rely on third parties. We're closing all these studios. Like, it would be like, what the hell are you doing, Phil? And then his legacy would go to shit. Well, this is what Jim did. Jim had a dope-ass legacy all the way until he became in charge of SIE in total, right? Like, until he took this job less than 4 years ago, he had a legacy of somebody who was there forever, who took the European branch and made it great. It was super profitable, all this stuff, right? But what people don't realize is that there weren't separate games over there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the games that made Everywhere popular were made from PlayStation, like the regular games. They had a bunch of different games at the time, but still, like he was just doing the business stuff. He did not handle that shit well now.
No.
He didn't. Everything was going fine, but what have we seen that he's done for gamers, right? Nothing. There's no game that have come out or game that has been announced that he was a part of starting. This is all just leftovers from the last leadership, right? You have Spider-Man. Well, okay, we got Spider-Man 2. Sure, that started with Spider-Man 1, right? God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, again, God of War 1, right? Like this is all just legacy stuff from the prior leader. We don't know if there's anything good that's going to come after he's gone that he had some type of hand in, but at the end of the day, I think we do know that he started a bunch of stuff that nobody really asked for. I know that as a company, right, Sony needs games and services, right? We do know that, right? Microsoft is heavily invested in games as a service. But there's obviously a different way to go about it. And I don't want to go too deep into this because this will be another thing that we're going to talk about in the whole scheme of it. But Jim, listen, he's good money-wise.
Yeah.
But his legacy, screwed.
Yeah, he's got that money.
He definitely has the money. Eric says, hashtag Jim got filled.
Jim got filled. There we go.
That's it right there.
Yeah, you just got filled. That's going to be a thing one day.
Got filled.
Absolutely. Void Rat, welcome, my man.
Welcome.
He says, Starfield has stopped destroying my life. Forza has officially taken over.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
That's healthy. That's healthy.
I feel that.
Cool.
Starfield is amazing, but Forza is also very dope.
Goated.
Man, graphically, shit, bro. Woo. Beautiful. RWK say Microsoft playing the long game. Long. Yes. Phil saw it, man. Phil saw it. Phil's been saying it forever. Everybody thought he was crazy. He's been saying it forever. Sony was not their focus. He was building his army.
Empire, yeah.
Not to take down Sony, because Sony is irrelevant in Microsoft's business. Okay. In Xbox's business, very relevant. In Microsoft's business, not relevant at all. They're like, again, Microsoft could have took the dollars that they spent buying ABK, add a little bit more on top, and they could have bought Sony, right?
Yeah.
So Sony doesn't threaten Microsoft as an entity. Microsoft just finally realized that, hey, we could actually use some of our power to help make Xbox become the dominant force, right? Like, that's where we are now. Microsoft sees that coming, but Phil's been saying forever, it's not Sony, it's not PlayStation, it's the Googles of the world, the Apples of the world, the Amazons of the world, the Tencents of the world, the people with real money who can make real impact if they chose to do so, right? And that's a very difficult situation to be in. That's like if you're standing somewhere and someone's standing in front of you and they're holding a gun to your forehead and they're looking at you saying, don't worry, I have no reason to pull this trigger. I'm just going to hold the gun here. Now, maybe you are saying, well, I never did anything to this guy, right? He's not going to pull the trigger. But if he chooses to, shit can go left real quick. And again, you take Microsoft just buying ABK, right? Obviously, took longer because of the background, but as far as like just making that decision, they walked in, said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're buying you $70 billion. That's it. There's nothing stopping Apple or Amazon from saying, you know what? We want to get into this gaming business and we're just going to go and buy Sony. And Sony cannot say no.
No, they need that money.
They can't afford to. Their board of directors would throw out whoever's in charge immediately. If Apple came and said, we're going to give you $100 billion or $200 billion, and boom, it's ours. Come on, man.
Jeez.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but can it happen? Yes. All right. So
I believe it. I feel like that they'll have to get bought at some point. Like, it ain't looking.
I mean, for sure.
I think in order for them to compete with Xbox right now, they need that money. They need the fundings. Guys, they went out and they bought so many studios. They're not done shopping. They're not done with what they want to do. They have put themselves in a position where there's no longer a up in arms if they have a game that's delayed. We probably won't even notice. It won't even matter. And so to have them out here like that, and us knowing that, PlayStation has Spider-Man 2 coming out, then what do you think is going to happen? Look at that. And like that alone, it's like terrifying. It has to be terrifying to them.
It has to be. It has to be. I don't care what you're sitting on, right? Because they can't be sitting. They only have so many teams, right? They only have so many teams. They bought these other teams that are like these other studios that have no like track record, right? Zero track record. Not like, oh, they came out with this game once, it did okay, or it was good, but it didn't really sell a lot. No, these are people who like never release games. Yeah, maybe one person who works at that studio did it in their past, but as a collective, they're buying studios that have no like actual track record. And, for all the people who brag about how PlayStation was always organic and they did all this stuff, the fact that you saw them buying all these companies randomly just buying these studios up that had no real value, you can see there that was the first sign of desperation. They were telling us all, we are scared shitless. We do not know what to do. Because we can't release a game and have it fail, but keep working on it like Microsoft has done with Sea of Thieves and Grounded and all those games. And, Halo, not the game, Halo was amazing, but the live service aspect of Halo, they've sat on that and worked on it to now it's a amazing live service game.
And listen, I know that they need it, and it's all, but at the same time, it's all about the quick return, because we're talking about games that maybe won't do as well as they want them to do, but they can continue to work on, continue to make. And listen, maybe they can build that brand, but what they do is, as soon as something's not meeting what they want it to, they just cut it out right from the root, gone like it's trash, dude.
Yep.
And then they have the balls to go ahead. Jimmy's out here trashing the studios, saying they're nothing without Call of Duty, right? That their studios can't make anything anywhere near it, right? But then he comes back to these same studios as if he's been, boosting their confidence. And they're like, okay, you guys can make games as a service, right? Like things that they are not even, it's not what they do.
Yeah, like
right?
he already told them that they can't do it.
Yes.
Why are you making them do it?
Exactly. He told them they can't even do what they actually do, right? But then on top of it, try this new thing because I need you to do it.
So
it makes no god darn sense. Like it just doesn't.
Asinine, bro. It's ridiculous that he went. And look, it's not just his first party. He literally burnt everybody. Studio in existence.
Yep.
He told everyone outside of Activision that they ain't got shit on Activision, that they can't make a game to rival Call of Duty if their lives depending on it. Like
they're acting like Call of Duty's like the god tier video game that not even God can recreate, sort of shit. Jesus.
Like it's crazy how you're gonna walk around saying that shit to your partners.
That's pretty
about
bad.
Your partners, but then go back and be like, "Yo, hey, what game you bringing to our system?"
Please,
like that was Sega saying, "I'm out."
Yeah.
Square is like, "I'm out." Everyone that's ever gotten in bed with Sony has abandoned them, unless Sony bought them.
This is the thing. This is why. Because what do they have? They say we sell the box. Look at the amount of boxes that we're selling. And the thing is that when you look at the amount of boxes that they're selling versus the amount of games that they're selling, there's a huge freaking gap in there. And I'm no mathematician, but damn, like there's a big freaking gap. Dude, like that's a big gap right there. I'm giving you, all right? You saw that? I'm just saying, that's a gap.
Let me spread the cheeks.
There's a disconnect.
What? Are you talking about Master Chief again?
There's a huge disconnect.
No, listen.
And that's a problem.
Listen, we already know. I think everybody in this chat is pretty well aware that PlayStation, they're a bunch of sold boxes, right? But like that group of people that you see on Twitter and you see them on their YouTube channels acting as if they're like this huge group of people. I mean, they're big, right? But they're not 100 million big. They're not 140 million big. And it's easy to see how you get to the numbers that are real, because all of their first party games, the one that these guys are so diehard for, that say this is why we love PlayStation. Oh my God, the first party games are amazing. Okay, yeah, they're amazing. But the percentage of people who own a PlayStation who actually buy these games are so small in comparison. The best-selling game is probably going to be Spider-Man again. And what was that? It's like 30 million or something like that they did for the PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah.
God of War is at 20 million. There's 140 million PlayStation 2s. PlayStation 4s, 120 million. You're talking about a huge amount of people.
It's ridiculous.
Means, again, just factually speaking, you call it what it is, but this is just the truth. The numbers don't lie. 80 million minimum, at least 80 million of the people who own a PlayStation don't give a shit that it's a PlayStation. For all they cared, it could have said Nintendo, it could have said Xbox, it could have said anything, as long as it played the games with that their friends are playing and they're playing with their friends. Okay, that is the reason why PlayStation took so long to finally give in to crossplay, because they knew as soon as they gave a little wiggle room out where people weren't chained to the PlayStation, people would go elsewhere. And that's what has happened. People go in other places because now they don't need to play that favorite game. But the mind share is still with PlayStation, right? So people just go and they get the casual box. They get the box that everybody talks about, right? And right now, that's PlayStation. In the future, when every year you see Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4, Day 1 Game Pass, Call of Duty, Black Ops 96, Day 1 Game Pass.
Damn. Xbox can be selling
as
like
that
hotcakes.
continues to go more and more out into the open and people start seeing it more often, you will see the shift. And that's just one game we're talking about.
Yeah.
Once it continuously happens, the new Diablo, Day 1 in the Game Pass, the new Overwatch, whatever the hell it is, whatever games are coming out, Day 1 in the Game Pass, when that becomes every single month, you have something else coming into the service that is a must play for most people, you will see the shift away. And that shift is going to come, and it'll come piece by piece, just chipping away at those knees until PlayStation bows down and they will be number 3. It's sad, but Xbox has been number 3 for a long time and they didn't go out of business. So
I don't know why. It brings a tear to my eye.
Number 3.
Like a tear of joy that puts you in my face. Like it's
tear of joy. Just a little drop of happiness. You know what? This is the thing. My desire is not for PlayStation to go away. I think they might, but it's not for them to go away. My desire is for them to be humbled. I want PlayStation to be humbled. I want them to realize that their consumers are more than just the people who buy the shit that they sell. Okay.
Yeah.
That is why I will always be an Xbox dude first. Even like I play mostly on PC because I buy the 4090 or whatever. Like I want it the best looking way. But I will always have my Xbox and I play on my Xbox when I'm not in front of my PC, right? It's Xbox, the community, number one, is amazing. But the way Phil and the team, not just Phil and the team, the way they understand their players, their community, they know that as fans of gaming, we don't want to just talk about the one game that's coming out. They know that we want engagement. We want, people to talk to. Phil Spencer goes on podcasts. He goes on podcasts of different people's stuff to go talk. Like he gets in there. He's not just some corporate wall that you can't see him, right? It's just what you want him to see. No, he shows you who he is. He comes out there, he talks. Now, he doesn't show us the gangster that he is. He does that in emails, right? So we know that to be true.
Yeah.
All right. But he's real, man. And that's why this community is so amazing, because they foster that community, right?
Well, you feel like he's, first of all, I've said it from the beginning. There's this thing about Philly Steakhouse, as I like to call him, but there's this thing about him that seems like so genuine. Like it's crazy, but it is amazing that he's out there and he doesn't shy away whether something's going right or wrong, because let's face it, he gets a lot of heat, bro. It's ridiculous and quite disgusting how they go at him, because it's kind of like, what have you done for me lately? And it's consistent. There's no room to like go ahead and take this moment in. Everyone's on his ass, and that can't feel right. But he never like shies away from being out there and showing his face and continuing to do what he does.
Yeah, he never cancels an appearance when shit is going wrong. He just does what he has to do. But I can tell you right now, if anybody ever doubted Phil, these emails have put all that shit to rest, because we know my man was out there looking to buy everyone. He got SEGA. That's happening. He had Square. That's happening. At some point, it's on the list. He wants them. He has mother effing Nintendo. Like this guy is not messing around. People thinking that he's gonna leave soon. He has plans, bro. He's gonna be here for a long time, because he's gonna watch his plans come, and he's going to teach the people he's with to follow them, because they're all the same. Matt Booty, killer. Sarah Bond, killer. She's out here putting in the work. Yo, they got a squad. All right,
They really
got a squad.
do. They do.
What year was it that Jordan was won all those? What, the 94, 95?
Yeah,
Bulls?
Jordan and
we got Pippen. You got everybody, everybody up over there. Yeah. That's what we got. That's who's on deck at Xbox right now. It's the dream team, baby. It's crazy. All right, let me see over here. I had somebody. All right, so my boy Sanchez, he says Jim also brought games to PC. Got to play The Last of Us and a few others. Yes, so he did, right? But he did it in like the most bootlegged, worst way ever. People, I mean, it's one thing if you're just like righting your wrongs, right? So you bring your old games to PC because you're saying, hey, look, we're going to be going on PC going forward, but we want to bring those bangers that you missed onto the PC. But guess what? We're also bringing the new shit when it drops. That would have been smart. That would have been a big boom. Honestly, people would have lost their minds on the PC. They would be like, oh, snap. We're going to have all these amazing games. Beautiful, right? But no, Jim, again, a half step, half measure. Yeah, I'll bring it over to the PC, but it's only every 2 years. Like every 2 years we drop a game, the game can go there after it's been out for like 2 years.
It's for the money, guys. That's the thing. It has nothing to do with the consumer and to get the game everywhere and as many access to the players. It's not about that. And that's what's frustrating, because this greed that they're on, right? It's obviously not giving them the results that they need. So, it's all for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you give what you get. And I think that if they just gave a little more, they get a lot more than they'd be expecting.
Yeah, especially with the fact that they do have these games. Listen, PC players are, as far as like in the gaming world, right? Like people who own a game on PC, they have a certain type of way about them, right? Yeah. Like the way they think about gaming. They believe they're, above the regular peasant gamers who do it on console, right? Like I'm not one of them, right? Even though I do play on my PC.
One of them.
I'm still a console dude. But like that whole PC master race, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the type of thought process they have. So how are you going to go up to them and be like, hey, PC master race guys, what's up? You don't get our new shit, but you can go play our old shit. Nah, man, they don't mess like that. That's why these numbers, there's hundreds of millions of PCs out in the world. None of their games, their percentage is so small of people on PC who've bought any of their games. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's because they don't do day and date. They can fix their problem real quick, but they have to disattach themselves from the box, man. Everybody said it. Phil said it. Jim Ryan has said it. The box is not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. There's not enough people playing their games. The only way that's going to grow is if you grow where you put these games. And obviously you're not going to put it on Xbox or Switch, but put that shit on PC so that people who are on PC can be like, oh man, we're getting that game too. I mean, you see the success Xbox has with that stuff, man. We know that, what was it? The, one of the things that came out that Xbox, they sold less, but made more profit than PlayStation. PlayStation was number 3 in profit. That was wild.
That's mind blowing.
It's wild. It's wild. Doesn't make any sense, but this is what it is. Sanchez also says Jimbo should have taken the deal Phil offered him.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be
he fucked up huge by not taking that.
Real big, big.
Horribly.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the things that he's going to look back on and be like, damn,
I screwed up.
But I don't think he had a choice. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he had to do this. He had to go hard to try to block this deal because he's gone now. Right?
He is. And the sad thing again is that this is the year that he will always be remembered for. And everything that took place.
30 years. This 1 year is going to be the one. This is it. This 1 year. RWK says Microsoft had another 100 billion or so left to spend, I believe. Yeah, but that was at the time that they did it. Now that number's grown. right? Since then, because Microsoft profits big time every single quarter, every single month. So it's been 18 months, almost 2 years that we're messing with this damn freaking acquisition, right? So you could just imagine what they're sitting on right now,
Oh my
ready to go
gosh.
buy.
It's gotta be
My question,
crazy.
like, we gotta do like we gotta get like some bets going. Like, how long after this acquisition do we hear about the next acquisition?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is Phil already talking to these people right now, buying them, signing contracts, saying, all right, as soon as we close on this deal,
You're
we'll
in.
announce it at Game Awards, or we'll announce it at a January show or E3. Because remember, they did 2 big drops. They did it in 2018 at E3, where they announced the 5 studios. And I believe it was the next year, 2019, at the Xbox Fan Fest, where they announced the other group that they purchased, like a few more studios. So I wonder how we're gonna get it. I'm ready. I can't wait. Pyro says, what PlayStation zealots can't understand is that selling a lot of consoles don't mean the console is good. The logical fallacy, argumentum ad populum, popularity doesn't equal quality.
I love it.
Damn,
Let's
Pyro,
go.
shit.
Yes.
Got me out here really looking at those words.
This is just a good scenario of quantity over quality.
Yeah,
Xbox
man.
is vice versa.
That was good. That was good.
Like, most people buy a PlayStation because that's just the console to get, rather than I actively want one. If you're buying an Xbox, you probably really want an Xbox.
Absolutely. That's why they buy more games and play more games. Back from the dead. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for being here.
Sanchez says, don't think PlayStation will sell to Microsoft, but you never know. I mean, I don't think they can. I think that's the bigger question. I don't think they would ever be allowed to do such a thing.
I don't think they should. I feel like
they
need
the
to stay separate.
We need the competition for sure.
But we do want PlayStation to continue. Like, they're deep in that hole. But I'm hoping they come out. They continue. They continue.
This is that they're still up.
Yes.
So even though they're falling, right? Like, there's still a lot of ledges, right? So they're not falling in an open space. They're falling where they can grab on. They can go, boom, day one PC. Boom, I'm putting our first party games into our subscription service day one, right? Like, they can do a lot of things to kind of make an impact really quick and really change the narrative.
The thing is really that they're not falling gracefully. And that's the problem. That's what's scary. And they talked about these games, as a service, and make 10, 12 of them. And it's like, and then they start canceling them. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you need to step into this with some type of confidence. Go ahead, make 1 or 2, invest that money, and then save a little bit, whatever you're going to spend on the other ones, to wait until people tell you what's wrong with them so that you can continue to work and build on those games.
Absolutely.
It's not right the way that they're going about it.
Yeah, it doesn't instill any confidence in us, the players, right? And in the gamers. Chrisia Gibolt. I think I said that right. I probably didn't.
Hi, baby.
But welcome. Thank you so much.
Welcome, love.
Welcome.
They say, hello, gamers. Warhammer Dark Tide, that game good.
Let's go.
Hey, listen, we waited a long time for that game, and it is finally there. Oh, shit. Eric says, Jim is applying at Ubisoft. Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
As for Mr. John Dark, he's applying at Home Depot.
Yeah. Well, Home Depot is his in-between gig. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get a spot at Ubisoft now. Pyro says, Jamokio took the reins, then rolled the ponies and carried straight towards the Grand Canyon. Oh, shit, man. Duke Togo says, I miss when PlayStation used to make those smaller experimental games like Ape Escape, Journey, and Patapon. Now it seems like Xbox are the ones doing it with Hi-Fi Rush, As Dust Falls, Pentiment, etc. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Xbox is filling those holes that PlayStation have left behind. PlayStation, they cast such a wide net before, that there was something for everyone, and there were things that Xbox just didn't offer that made it more attractive to go have a PlayStation, right? Now, like, look at the times now, and PlayStation just flipped the script, bro. Like, they're completely on the other end. They only make one type of game. Obviously, we know they're doing these games as a service now, but up until that point, they're only making one type of game. They found something that was successful, so they just want to milk it until it's dead. And it's like, dude, like, hasn't Assassin's Creed taught you anything? Right? They came out with one every year. They had to restart doing everything different because people get tired of it, man. You can't do the same game over and over again. It just doesn't make any sense. Sanchez says Jimbo is doing IGN reviews now.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that was good.
They did. Krasia says they did get some goats like Metal Gear Collection Volume 1.
Yeah, that's true.
They did.
Back from the Dead says even Xbox Microsoft Game Studios is 4 times the market value of Sony last I checked. Dude, it's nothing. It's gonna do nothing but grow. That is just gonna get higher and higher, and it is insane. RWK says, I always wondered why Neil Fuckman looked at the floor when he talked about factions. He knew.
He knew.
He knew.
He knew it was coming.
Absolutely.
Man.
Pyro says Google will buy Sony and release the PlayStation by 2030, then scuttle the service by 2033. Jesus. Oh my gosh. It's true. Chrisia says PC, mobile, cloud gaming. They got it from everywhere, dude. That's just the way that Sony needs to go. And they're so resident.
And this new guy that's coming in, he says, you know, phones, like mobile that's the future, you know, and it's crazy because he is talking as if he's here to stay and make some changes. Like he's ready to bring PlayStation into the modern world and to get them going in that direction and get them out of their box.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure he's here for a little bit. They've piped down Jimmy, right? So obviously this guy's going to step in to go ahead and take charge and do what he's got to do.
Absolutely. Xbox South Coast, welcome. They say Rhode Island accent. Wow, that's pretty close. We're actually from Jersey, but we live by Rhode Island now. We live in Connecticut, so that's pretty spot on.
Yeah,
it's pretty spot on. RWK says Sony spent an ass ton on Unreal 5 and that's not paying off at all. Yeah, all they did was put money into it. I don't know what they were expecting to get from that. Boss Red, welcome,
love.
Man. Welcome. Bunty says they bought Bungie thinking that there was going to do something and it's not working. Hell no.
It's not paying off, you guys. It's really not.
Xbox South Coast 11K, let's go. Yes, we did bring it up. But
we didn't say anything. You noticed. Thank you so much.
11K subs. Thank you all.
It happened like a little bit before we went live, and it's so exciting. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. It felt so good. So
absolutely.
Oh man. Thank you.
South Coast for shouting that out. Eric says, just look at what's lined up for the next 3 years. What's coming for who tells us a lot.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
100%.
Listen, if you get a shovel, make a hole, throw your PlayStation in there, you know, to plant a tree, and we'll see what games come out. I think that's a higher chance of getting first party games than we do through, you know, PlayStation and Sony.
All right.
It's impossible. See,
this
it's
is
impossible.
It is impossible. I'm gonna read this one from G Maybe, and then we're gonna move on. And there's so many down there that
you got to go back down. I see. I see what you did.
G Maybe says, I wonder if Sony is only letting Jim stay till April because of him being the contact guy for the FTC and CMA. Once ABK is cleared, via con Dios, maricón.
Good one.
Vaya con Dios,
maricón.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's hilarious. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna skip down. Fun speculation, my man, Mav. What is good,
hello.
What is going on, Mav?
Oats, welcome, my man. Thank you so much for
Yes,
stopping
let's
by.
go,
The
baby.
shift in mindshare towards Xbox is beginning to happen with dev teams first. The gamers won't be far behind. That's the key, right? Because if you get the devs behind you, it brings the games. You bring the games, you bring the fans, and that's just the way it is. But guys, oh snap! Dragonheart Yobi.
Some Dragonheart Yobi.
Taking a break for Twitter, but I couldn't miss the show. What's going on, CMoney Doodle?
Yes.
Yobi, we missed you, man.
We've missed you, love.
Oh, so good to hear from you, man. Thank you so much for popping by. Timmy, what is good?
Timmy.
Guys, thank you so much for coming to rock. We're gonna move on to listen. If you wrote something that you want us to read,
bring it back.
Just bring it back because we got really deep. But we're gonna move forward with our because we only talked about the first issue with our crumbling of Sony, right? How's it happening? Well, we know that Jimmy is out in that respect, but the second part is they're obviously shifting, right? They're shifting the way that they're planning to do things going forward. And the reason I say that, and we read somebody's chat before who brought it up, but you go ahead and you have somebody who is going to retire.
Okay.
And he's not just some person down on the, bottom tiers of your company. No, this guy's leading your company, right? If he's in earnest going to retire, you would not just go ahead and say, you know what, you're retiring. It's so sudden that we can't find somebody to take your place, that we're just going to have to just cut you out right now. And we're going to just bring somebody in random and let's see what happens.
Talk about 7
No.
days.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the way it would hand. Like, you wouldn't do that, right? You have, like, it would be so thought out, right? It would be so thought out. You would have Jim saying, I'm going to retire to Sony, not to us, to Sony. He said, hey, guys, listen, it's been great. I got you in an amazing position. Things are going to be phenomenal. I'm going to retire because I hate flying. And that's what's going to happen. So I hate flying. So I'm going to retire. And he would go ahead and have somebody lined up to go, preferably from within PlayStation, right? Whether it's a Herman Hulse or Shuhei Yoshida, or if they want to do a turn and get like that, was it Scott Rhodey? Like people who are been there, who've been through the grind with PlayStation. You want to have somebody there to go ahead and have them ready to go. You introduce them, let your PlayStation community know there's nothing to fear. Our plan is in motion. Everything is going forward the way we want. I'm just retiring, but look at this amazing person that you all know and love and respect. He's going to take over. I'm staying till April just to help with the transition. And then boom, right after, it's going to be all him. That's how it would have gone down.
I remember a time where Jim Ryan used to get respect. Those were the days.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Real quick.
Yeah.
Yobi wrote a message and I want to tell Yobi, listen, you are so amazing. Like you have such a beautiful heart. And we saw that the moment you came into our channel, and your energy and everything about you was just wonderful. We're so happy that you're a part of our community and that you show up here for us and you rock with us.
Dang.
Don't let anyone take away that beautiful soul and that beauty that you have. Things come and go, but you are special, man. Like you are very special. I just had to say that.
Well, those are all true words, Yobi, and we do appreciate you being here. And we know what happened, but we're gonna say, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck that guy. Real good.
Yeah.
He can go kick rocks. Nobody
with
cares
Jim
about
Ryan.
him.
Don't give him more than
you
that.
know what? This is the thing. Remember this, bro. That dude, he's already forgotten. Nobody gives a shit about him, and all he's going to do is just fade away into obscurity, right? But you're still here, and that's what matters. So fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Man
Sorry.
hopping in. But listen, as far as the replacement is concerned, we know that that's not the way it went down. Okay, we know that they're not bringing somebody up from PlayStation. Okay, the CEO of Sony has appointed his number 2 guy. So the guy, or his number 1, right? The guy underneath him. So number 2 in Sony, Hiroki Totoki, something like that. I may be wrong, but he is the CFO and the COO of Sony. And my man is coming down and taking Jim Ryan's place. Okay. So supposedly it's for like an interim, right? But this is the thing. Jim Ryan is supposed to retire in April. But Jim Ryan, he has no words. He's not allowed to speak. They've muzzled our man, Jim Ryan. Okay. As of October 1st, which was this past Sunday, he is done. He might as well not even exist. We're talking about this dude, and he is literally non-existent to PlayStation anymore. And that's wild.
It's like a ghost. Like
it's almost like it's like ghost hits. Remember that skit that we saw, Doodle?
Mm-hmm.
Ghost hits.
Ghost hits.
Do you remember it?
We all forgot about the ghost.
I didn't see it.
You forgot about you guys have seen it or not.
Olivia Munn.
Yes,
it's like this.
Look it
like
up. It's
short
freaking
like
funny, you guys.
And it's hilarious.
Hits.
Just Google it. Ghost hits. It's so funny.
It is.
But that's good. That's Jim Ryan now.
That's Jim Ryan.
That's Jim Ryan right now. He's been replaced. All the pictures at Sony are now of this Hiroki guy. Jim's not there no more.
Yep.
He's been taken out. And you brought it up, Doodle, but he put out a statement, the Hiroki guy, the guy who's taken over.
Yeah.
He's from Japan. Like he's from corporate. And he speaks about it, not like, hey, I can't wait to jump in, work with Jim to go ahead on this transition so that we can find somebody and get him, get them ready to go so they can take over. No, he's like, so I'm going to be coming in and I look forward to the future of what we do. Like he is talking about what he's going to be making happen. Now, whether they're still going to find somebody or not, that's one thing. He sounds like he's planning to stay for a long time. But if they do bring somebody in, you better believe that it's not going to be somebody who is going to be of their own sound mind. It's going to be somebody who aligns with our boy Hiroki and his vision of what should be happening with Sony. So maybe that's why we haven't had a Herman Hulst or a Shuhei Yoshida be taken up to this level, because they don't align with what PlayStation wants to do going forward. Now, we don't know what that may be. So that's what's scary, right? So when I think about, again, the headline, PlayStation falling apart, it's because the PlayStation that we know, the successful PlayStation, the one that has been dominating,
PS4 dominating, like that one.
We know who they are. They make certain type of games. They make them to a level that honestly most cannot compete with as far as that particular style of game. Xbox will compete with them. They haven't tried to compete with them. Now they're going to be competing with them in that respect. But up until this point, PlayStation has had that on lock. And now when you start to see, again, Jim Ryan saying we want 10, 12 games as a service, they're spending billions of dollars on a studio just to help them with their games as a service. And then you start seeing the fact that they're bringing somebody in to take over who is mobile first in his mind. Like when you add that all together, where does that leave the PlayStation that we know and quote unquote love, right? Like the PlayStation that we know is good, the PlayStation that we know can make the bangers. where does that leave them? Because if we go down and talk a little further, we know one of these games that they were making was the Last of Us Factions, right?
Right.
Now, the Last of Us Factions is not going to be coming out anytime soon, if ever. That was one of the first things that Bungie did when they went and got acquired. They snuffed out the Last of Us Factions. They literally went ahead and said, Naughty Dog, listen, I know you guys are amazing, but what you're working on right now is trash. Now, to be clear, we know that you made a version of this already back in the day on The Last of Us that people loved, but you're not capable of making that happen again. You're not capable of doing that again. So we don't think you should go, and we're going to go tell Daddy that he should cancel your lunch money. Okay? No more. That's wild.
That's really something.
How do you have a first party studio, and not just the one studio, but the squad of studios that you own? How do you have them sitting there and have them feel like you just walk outside, pick up some random ass studio, come into the house with them, and now they're calling the shots? They're calling the shots. Ain't that wild? Like, can you imagine that? Like, some random studio just walks in and they're like, you know what? Everything you guys been working on is dog shit.
That's a slap in the face.
I'm gonna lay somebody out real quick. I'm talking to me like that. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah. Like, first of all, how dare you?
That's really cold.
How dare you go ahead and tell Bungie to go check on this? Oh, hello, welcome, love.
Man, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you, my man. Thank you.
Boy, what's going on?
Yeah, but like, how dare you freaking have them come and pretty much evaluate freaking Naughty Dog?
Naughty Dog.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Like, that's
put some respect on the name, bro.
Come on, bro.
It's wild.
The Last of Us. What have they made that comes a crumb of The Last of Us?
Exactly.
Okay, well, they made Halo, bro. Okay?
I mean,
so
I'm pretty sure Halo's not
put
better
a little,
than The Last of Us.
All right, let's get a little like perspective here, okay? They have made the greatest franchise ever known to mankind, which is Halo. Yeah, which is Halo. Okay, so let's not disparage them that way. So this is what they've done. The problem is that what they have now is Destiny, which, to be fair, has been around for over 10 years. There's not many games that can say that are consistently being played, but they're a mess, bro. They're not the same Bungie that they were back in the day. Obviously, the people who really loved Halo stood with 343 to keep working on Halo, right? Everybody else was tired of Halo. So those people made Destiny, which is a great, it has its community. It's a good game.
Some people like it.
But it's just, they have not, like, they're not some type of easy, like 100% win every time. Like, Destiny, literally, with every single time they come out with a new season or a new, event, people like lose their minds. They're always pissed at Destiny. Now, it says something that they still play it, but still, they're always pissed, right? And Bungie has to keep figuring out the best way to do things. So if you have a company who's just basically doing trial by fire, where every time they release something, they're constantly having to fix something up, right? And then change something. How are they going to help you? They're going to put you in the same position. They're going to make you put out a game, and then you're going to listen to feedback, and then you're going to make those changes, or you don't. And if you don't, then your game dies. And that's it. And that's where all your money went. So that's I don't know. That just blows my mind when I think about it.
Why don't you tell us your theory? Welcome, love.
I am going to tell you my theory. I'm going to read these couple things and I'll tell you the theory. Dragonheart Yobi says, heed my words. Before 2024 finishes next year, Bungie will leave Sony. Remember, they are on loan. They can leave whenever they want. Just watch. All right, Dragonheart, you know what we're going to do, Yobi? We're going to go right into my conspiracy theory right from there. We're going to take a break from the scheduled event to talk about this conspiracy theory that I believe can wholeheartedly be true. Let's dial back some time and remember that it has come out that Microsoft was, in fact, talking to Bungie for purchase. Now, that didn't work out, but it happened. Now, my theory, what if Phil got word that PlayStation was also interested in working and taking and buying Bungie, right? What if Phil said, you know what, Bungie, I want to do a deal with you. They work together. They plant Bungie in Sony. Bungie goes, destroy Sony from the inside out. And Phil goes up and purchases Bungie later on once the damage is done.
That would be something.
I think it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility. Phil could have his people in Bungie setting PlayStation up like the fools that they are. Just saying.
I mean, honestly, it adds up, to be fair.
It's possible.
I mean, I'd buy it. I believe it.
So it's official. This is what's happening.
Yeah, I think that Jim Ryan is probably panicking. He's probably like on like government support because he was like, that's all I had. He probably spent money on campaigns to please make it stop. Like, I think that he didn't plan for this to happen. He didn't plan for the pink slip, you know? I don't think that this is going his way. Say that.
No, I think he didn't plan for it, but he knew it was coming if he didn't succeed. Boss Red says it's not up for debate. I was there for 4 hours waiting on the store to open for Halo.
Damn.
Hell yes.
Ugh.
That's right. He says, bruh, the line was bananas. How many people were there for Halo? Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg was on a line for Halo.
Damn, I buy it. Back from the Dead says Destiny has a fanatical fan base. We're not pissed, just passionate. We want the best, especially vets like myself that have played the series for 8 to 9 years.
Nice.
Facts. But the point exactly is what you're saying is that they don't give you the best right off the rip all the time. They give you their version of what they think works, and then you guys, being the fans that you are, force them to change. There's no different than if Sony did not buy Bungie and they just released those games, and instead of panicking and quitting, they invested and listened to the community and made it work better for them. The problem is they want 1 billion people to buy their game day one. That's not how it works. You got to take the small group, because every game, no matter how bad it is, I mean, unless it's super duper bad, but every game has at least a tiny sliver of a community. There are some people who just jive with a certain game, right? So if you go ahead and you cater to those people with your game and you dive deeper and you give them more, what happens is as that continues to grow, you'll have more and more people who become interested slowly but surely, right? And you've seen it with Sea of Thieves. You've seen it with Grounded. These people are coming in and they're playing the game over and over and over again. And this is just the reality of what it is. Oh, Bunty says, Doodle.
Yes, baby.
I like the way you think.
Thank you, love.
Well, great minds think alike, especially mine.
There you go. Eric says, my theory that Bungie just using Sony to launch Marathon like they used Activision to launch Destiny. Then they bounce. Exactly. Because they're just for the money.
Yeah.
It's basically a publishing deal without them actually having ownership of it, because Bungie owns the IP. What a scam, bro.
Yeah, it is crazy.
What a
Like,
scam.
I'm
Like,
having a
bonkers.
hard time processing that deal.
Honestly, I don't even know if I buy it 100%. Like, that is so, like, you spent all that money and nothing's exclusive. why did you buy them? Like, for advice, you probably could have asked, like, hey, let's go to McDonald's and I'll ask for you for some advice. And then, you're like, well, what are we supposed to do? Update Destiny? I think we'll go. Why not? So,
Yeah. Timmy
Well,
says,
just
congrats
ask
on
your
11K.
freaking fans. What do you guys want?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Now you got to just make it and make the things change. Timmy says, congrats on 11K.
Thank you, love.
So much.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you. Doodle, your hair looks healthy, Yobi says. Her hair is healthy.
I just got a cut.
You stay looking fly. It's my baby. Eric says, Mass Effect was the best until the disrespect, the ending of 3 presented. And then they got mad.
I love
it. Fans figured out the indoctrination theory. Yeah, Mass Effect was like a moment in time that was just so perfect. And I think it's just hard. Like, how do you end it in a way that's satisfying to everybody? It was a rough one. And then they ended up changing the ending with the like a patch or something like that. I don't know. That's wild.
The disrespect.
I
love it.
Boss Red says Xbox would literally pay Sony's light bills to keep them from going out of business. I believe that. Facts, 100%. Talos, what is good? Welcome.
Welcome, love.
This Pain, welcome.
Hi.
He says, and if you guys think about Naughty Dog, they've been working on that Last of Us 1 and 2 for the last 15 years, and that's in remaster remakes. They haven't been doing anything else. That's so true, dude. That's so true. Aside from Uncharted 4, like there's just been Last of Us and Uncharted 4. Everything else is just Last of Us. It's crazy. Crazy.
Wait. All right. His Pain says that this is my first time hearing you guys live.
Where did I see that?
Thank you. You missed it. I feel like I saw another comment from him.
Really?
Scroll up because I can't highlight it.
I'm scrolling. How up? Oh, This Pain, up my brother. Oh
yes.
Shit. Hold on. I missed it.
There you go.
I'm getting it.
Right
there.
there.
There it is.
Yes.
This Pain. This is my first time hearing you guys live. I saw that interview with Dirk Griggity, and you guys were amazing. And I subscribed right off the bat. You guys are awesome.
Oh,
This Pain,
that's
thank
fantastic.
you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Sorry I didn't see this message. There's a lot of messages, man. There's a lot, but we appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for the kind words. Dusty says, hi, Doodle. Miss the family. Happy to be back. Happy to have you back, my man.
Yes, 100%. We've missed you, love.
Absolutely.
So we're happy you're here.
Absolutely. Six Layer says, of course, they would pay Sony bill to keep Sony alive. They did the same for Apple. Facts. Absolute facts. That's wild. Mav says, funny that Jim said who wants to play old games and then their subscription service with that. Their whole damn subscription service is old ass games. Damn, they played us, yo. Oh, fun.
Oh
yes. Old movies, old games, PS Plus, subscribe now. Yo, it's wild because we're gonna talk about that, but that whole thing where they have that new, baby, I didn't even tell you about it. We're gonna talk about it. But they have that new subscription for like their old ass movies that are now part of PlayStation Plus. Is wild.
The gems that we're getting.
Yeah,
they're learning from Disney.
Seriously. Fun Speculation fixed his chat and says, funny that Jim said who wants to play old games, and then they filled their subscription service with it. Yes, they did. Like the clowns they are. All right, so Factions, obviously they put that down. Now there was, I think it was Jason Schreier who probably said it, or it got around, but they're saying that the multiplayer game, while not completely canceled, is basically on ice at this point. And I gotta tell you right now, the funniest shit I saw on Twitter with that was J-Rock. J-Rock put a picture of the Last of Us factions on ice, and there's a picture of Ellie, and there's like ice, and he was talking about getting tickets to the show, like Disney on Ice.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, those shows are amazing, by the way.
That was so funny, yo. Mav says PlayStation ain't ever gonna figure out multiplayer, in my opinion. You know, honestly, I just don't see how they can, because they've never been successful with it. They've always had multiplayer modes in some of their games that were popular-ish, you know, like for the people playing that game. Like I know Uncharted was a big one for a long time. People like playing Uncharted. And I think Last of Us, obviously the original factions was a thing. I mean, there's chances there. It's just that they're afraid. They're afraid of what these things are going to cost to run them and whether they can stick with it. And the PlayStation, this is what I'm saying, man. I know people don't want it or don't care to hear it or they're afraid of it. PlayStation needs a sugar daddy.
Yeah,
right, baby?
They
need a
do.
sugar
They
daddy.
need it. And
they need it.
Listen, this is the thing. I think that they can figure it out if they go about it the right way. They do need the funds. They do need that sugar daddy that, you know, what do you want? You know what I mean? Tell me what you want. I'll make it happen. That's what they need. They need to be in that position where they can go and spend the money.
They do,
man, but the way they are about things is kind of like they don't stick things through. Could that be because of the lack of funds?
You never know.
Or could that be because that's just not what they're interested in and they want that quick money, right?
I mean, now I say that they want it now that you see them trying to make all these games.
And this is why it's so important. It's not just having the money. I feel like they need a partner that's going to push them or someone that's going to tell them how to do this, you know, because yes, they do need to take a page from Xbox's book, which is ridiculous because all that Xbox has ever done is try to catch up with PlayStation. And PlayStation dropped the ball. They have I feel like their identity is very lost. It's been, again, given to these type of games, and that's not cutting it, baby. It's not.
We'll see, man.
And I do think that they do need some type of guidance. They can't keep doing this monkey shit that they run around doing where they, you know, they want to just take your money quick. They need to start being passionate. I feel like that's what's lacking. The passion for games.
They treat it too much as just a business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not obviously just a business. This is art. This is a form of art.
Video game is an art form.
And these studios, and the people in it need to be nurtured. I understand that this is not, you know, it's not a baby, it's not home. Yes, they do. They need that. They need to be nurtured. They need to be inspired. They need to be around the right environment. And I don't feel like they give that to their studios or their employees. They 100%. Do not. 100%. Considering the way that they treat people.
Because it's just about the money. And again, for Microsoft, it obviously is about the money. But look at how much money they're spending. They're spending that money. Just think about this. Just the 69 or 70, whatever, the $69 billion they're spending on Activision Blizzard. That's just for one situation. The next month, they have to pay those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the next week, like as soon as it closes, like next paycheck is all out of Microsoft's pocket. So that's 69 billion is just up front. Then they just increased the 17,000 employees that Activision has that they got to pay every single month. This is not just a $69 billion investment. It's much more than that. And it's a forever situation, right? So you can't, like, they obviously know that, yes, it's going to bring them money. But the way that Xbox gets money is benefiting us.
Yeah.
What they're doing to make money is to make us happier and to keep us engaged longer and to have us spread the word so that we can play with our friends all in the same place. Like, they want us to benefit.
Yes.
That's the difference. Sony, they want to make their shit and have you buy it, and that's the end of the relationship for them. They're not out here having somebody talking to the fans. They're not trying to cultivate a community. They just want you to buy their shit and leave them alone. Don't talk to me. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not out here. Don't at me. Just buy my shit and go. Be gone.
Was that Julia Roberts movie, Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman?
Yes, that's a Pretty Woman shit.
That's a pretty ass woman shit right there.
But this is the thing, right? We know that, like, Xbox, I've said it, and again, kudos to freaking Phil. Like, they didn't have that backbone that they now have, right? They were, they were very much so, again, they will hear what we have to say and they will go ahead and scrap everything and go ahead and fix it. And that's phenomenal when it comes to the games. But I feel like Phil's plan is so exceptional that he didn't care what anyone had to say about Game Pass. He didn't care what anybody had to say about what he was doing because he saw it all play out.
Yep.
He already knew what the goal was. And obviously he got Microsoft involved and they wanted that too, right? You say it all the time, CMoney. This Game Pass situation for them is money coming in every month.
Yep.
Right? So they're going to do whatever they got to do to keep us all happy as long as we keep paying that subscription money.
Dude, they changed the game so hard on PlayStation. PlayStation is trying to catch up with games as a service. Xbox fucked around and made them a platform as a service. They made it where people show up and pay subscription fees for single player games. We all do it.
Yeah.
We just did it with Starfield. Not only do we pay a subscription to play single player games, because if you're only playing Starfield, that's what you're paying for, right? Or whatever game it is that you're doing. But not only that, but they got me to spend the extra money to get it 5 days early. Xbox ain't fucking around, bro.
And
Xbox does not play games.
Where's that watch? See,
which watch? Oh.
I had him. I told him he had to pull a Ken and start wearing, rocking.
It's still in here.
2-3 watches at the time.
I wanted it so badly. I opened it up and it's still in here. God damn it.
That's a sexy box.
It is a sexy box, though. It is. I keep it next to me. I keep it close by. But yeah, they figured it out. And again, I don't feel pain from it. I feel excited that I got to play early, right? Like, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers had to wait. I played early, even though I paid for it, right? I played early, right? Like, that's what they're doing. They're giving us things to be excited about to spend money on, right? And not just buy it and then be gone. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a whole different philosophy. This Pain says, are you guys Hispanic? Yes.
Yes, we are.
I am Puerto Rican. She is Dominican. And he's both. Because that's how it works. When the man meets a woman and then they intertwine. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, yo, what?
Mav says Minecraft Dungeons is at 25 million.
Yo, it's insane.
Fucking Minecraft Dungeons out here slapping shit up. Dusty says Spice Girls? ? Doodle. Are you asking her if she is a Spice Girl? Does she listen to the music? She's spicy. These are facts. These are facts. 100%. Mav says, wait till Xbox gets to tout the player counts from Call of Duty. Oh my God. It's going to be crazy. They're going to be like, and this month we have over 150 million. Oh my God. It's going to be wild, dude. It's going to be wild. Mav says, would y'all like to see Infinity Ward work on a separate Halo project?
I mean, yes, I would.
Please. This is the thing about Halo. I love Halo with all my heart.
But it's bland as shit.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm about to delete this. Give me the... Man, you better not talk like that in my channel.
That's right. He's about to turn off your mic, man.
Right now. You was about to get deleted. I was about to put a picture on top of your picture.
That's messed up, see. Just turn off the mic. That's all you got to
do. So this is the thing. I love it, right? And I love everything they do, but I feel like they're wasting the IP. I feel like there's so much more that they can do.
Yeah.
There's stories that could be told. Infinity Ward can absolutely make a Halo game. They basically made it with Infinite Warfare, which was amazing. Out in them stars, the same the spaceship battles that you had that were so dope. They killed it. They could absolutely do one. I want multiple people working on Halo projects. I want a horror-based Halo game that is set like when the people first found the flood or whatever, like that whole time. That would be crazy good. I want them to make one of just play as the the Marines. Just get a squad of Marines and let you just be there, and maybe you see Master Chief in the world. He comes and helps at a fight or something. Like, just give us different shit. There's so many stories. I want to be the Arbiter again. Give me that story. God, there's so many, bro.
Dude, talking about Halo. First of all, they're finally getting like with the program. I've been so freaking excited because they've been making the merch, they've been making the freaking statues, they've been making the figures. Like, that gets me excited. And then I just started thinking about the kicks that they made from Adidas for, I copped those, guys. I copped those.
I got mine too. They're in the box. Never
yeah.
I dirty shoes too quickly.
Too fast. See, I don't know how.
I don't know what happens. I don't even walk on dirt.
Like,
I hate the outdoors.
House,
like, I don't go. I don't know.
I don't understand.
I think dirt finds me.
I think so.
Only. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it, see. Gotta take care of your shoes, bro.
Got to.
But like, this is the thing. I do feel like they found their little swag. You know what I mean? Like, with even Halo. Dude, can you imagine the conversations that they had? Like, what is Master Chief known for saying?
What?
Let's finish this fight. Like, I can just imagine
scary.
them in the conference room,
and Phil just turns to them and like,
finish this fight.
Let's finish the fight. No, I think Matt Booty did it. Matt Booty, he wrote the email, let's spend them out of the business. Then he turns around into a camera that's filming him for no reason whatsoever.
For no reason, just happening.
Let's finish this fight.
Finish this fight.
Iconic.
Bro, how would you react?
Dope. High fives.
Hell yeah.
She maybe says Sony's passion is cash-ins.
Yeah.
Facts. Boss Red says The Last of Us multiplayer was pure garbage.
Damn. Tell us how you feel.
And if that's what they were making, then I don't blame Bungie for stepping in. It felt like playing a poor attempt at a Gears multiplayer game. Well, when you compare it to shit that Xbox is doing, I mean, let's be real. Like, Xbox's first big thing is that they were multiplayer kings, right? Like, that's what we all flock to.
That's true.
Multiplayer Halo, multiplayer Gears. Come on, man. Nobody stepping like
Gears is crazy, dude. I can't wait for them to make the collection.
Man, there's rumors about Gears coming.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's gonna be
Dion
good.
Welcome, man.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping by. And the PlayStation fans, they be cool with it. Oh shit! Did I skip? What? Did I skip something? Or is he just saying something based off of what we were saying? I feel like, all right, I don't see anything. Okay, let me go back. Sorry about that. I got mad. I thought I missed something. All right. So, and the PlayStation fans, they be cool with it because they don't care. They've been over for PlayStation and their daddy Jim Ryan that's now leaving. Facts, Dion.
Your daddy.
Those are facts.
I love it.
Mav says Phil changed gaming. He did. 100%.
He did, man.
100%.
It's
His
crazy.
legacy is undeniable.
And that's the thing. Yes, I understand that, Jimmy's got that money. It's all good. But at the end of the day, when you have money like that, it's kind of like, what do you leave, right? Do you want to be known for somebody who changed the game in a positive way for the better? Or again, as somebody who was taken out by the freaking janitor?
That's wild.
Like, that's crazy.
This is the thing. It's not just about Jim, right? What about Jim's kids?
Right?
Jim's kids can't be like, yo, my dad. I don't know if you remember, my dad's Jim Ryan. He's the one who he ruined PlayStation. That's it. That's the legacy they have. Where Phil's kids are like, oh yeah, my pops is Phil Spencer. You know who he be.
He changed the game, baby.
He changed the game. Like, damn right he did.
Respect, yo, forever.
Promotion.
Forever.
Right? Like, that's it. They're set.
From now on, anybody with the last name Ryan, they're gonna be like, wait, hold up. You want a job here? Yeah. Are you related to Jimmy Jim?
Anybody named Ryan? Like, hold on. How well do you know Jim Ryan? No. You don't work here. John 907, welcome, my man.
John 907, how's it going?
Dion says now the Xbox has a Starfield watch. I wonder if Sony's going to try to do one for Spider-Man swinging through buildings, right? Can you imagine? Just has a fake ass watch on. Oh my God. Boss Red says, don't get it twisted. I love The Last of Us story. It was a great interactive movie, but its multiplayer wasn't it. I was never more disappointed in a multiplayer.
The Last of Us is freaking phenomenal. Oh my gosh, that relationship between Joel and Ellie was everything. I need a prequel, by the way. I need a prequel. I want a game where I can see the relationship between Joel and Tommy play out. I need to know what happened. I just want to see it all. I feel like they bring up a lot the things that took place between them for what their relationship is now. And I just want to find out. I want them to give me a nice big story, a nice game that's filled with everything that we missed, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. I agree. That Last was the shit. This Pain says, I'm from Salinas, Puerto Rico, Barrio Sabanayana. Papi Boricuas in the house.
Let's
PR.
go.
That's what's good. Represent. I need
Puerto Rico.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yobi says, when Bobby leaves Activision months or a year after the deal is done, I will happily be back to playing COD. Just give me a Chief skin and we good to go.
Yes.
Yo, they give me a Chief skin. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love that shit.
You really do.
Call of Duty's really good.
Oh my gosh. But guys, really listen, I don't know if you don't like Fortnite, like Google Master Chief, right? And check out his dancing.
He's the best.
There's not one dance that does not look right on the Chief. Like, yo, you've got to get in there.
Absolutely. Sanchez says, I'm here for a Doodle rant.
Oh, baby, thank you.
That's right.
Thank you.
Doodle be getting it in. Those are the facts, for sure.
I black out. You know what I'm saying?
So, factions. Obviously, we've heard from the crowd. Wasn't people's favorites.
Oh.
So maybe Bungie did go over there and save them from embarrassing themselves. Just like you said, Doodle, I'd rather them go make something single player anyway. But there was more than just the game itself being shut down or quote unquote put on ice.
Oh, man.
The studio actually had to lay off at least 25 employees. Some people saying they're contractors or something like that, but 25 people got let go of the studio, which sucks, right? But the crazy thing is the way they're going about it. VGC has here that The Last of Us developer Naughty Dog is reportedly cutting contracts short for dozens of workers. Kotaku sources, which Kotaku hasn't been a name that anybody cared about since Jason left, alleged that impacted developers and remaining employees are being pressured to keep the news quiet.
I bet.
They know how bad of a look this is, and it's just so weird that this is happening. Now, this is, again, take it a step further. It's just like this. First of all, I want to frame all of this and why it's such a big deal is because this is Naughty Dog. This is the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? Like this is their prize studio, right? Now, some people will argue that output wise, maybe Insomniac is somehow making their way into becoming Sony's prize studio because they just release so many games. Which is, man, what a fucking miss, huh? Xbox, they had to make that game for them. Why not buy them? Son of a bitch. They should have did it. They missed that one for sure. But Naughty Dog, the studio that's brought us like certified bangers, is now like victim of all this shit that's happening now. Like this is crazy. So games industry.biz says that The Last of Us studio is reportedly not giving severance to those it's laying off and pressured employees to keep the news quiet. So they're not giving any severance pay to them. So they're just cutting them off and saying, c'est la vie, peace, bro. Like, you're done. And I think, like, if they are getting this type of smoke, right, and they're the biggest and the best that PlayStation has, like, what's gonna happen to these other studios when Bungie comes around to them? Bungie's like this scary, like the hall monitor and shit. Like, it's just like walking down the hall, you're afraid he's gonna pop in on you. Oh my god, I don't know where they gave Bungie this kind of power, but like I had no thoughts in my mind of this stuff. Honestly, I thought Factions was just something that they were making on the side, and that they were still making Last of Us 3 or Uncharted 5 with maybe the daughter taking over, right? Like, I had all these thoughts of what was happening, but like this makes it sound
like they're not doing anything.
Like, yeah, like they were
like
all in on this multiplayer game
hold.
that's shitting the bed.
Yeah, but like that could not have been, and it annoys me, the idea that this is what they've been doing, right? Like, it's been a bit, man.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
We've been hearing about this game for so long.
And again, listen, they're letting go of 25, and I believe that they're contractors, right? And they have over 400 people working on in the studio, Naughty Dog, right? Yep. And it wouldn't seem as that big of a deal, and it is a big deal because these people have families, these people have homes. Absolutely. And I think the bigger thing is that they're not giving them ish after this, right? They're just saying, you're done, get out of here, adios compadre. Okay, that's the way they're looking at it. But the reality of it is, if PlayStation wasn't as shaky as it is, we kind of would be looking at it as they let some people go. Yeah. But because we're seeing everything around it, that's the bigger problem, right?
Yeah.
This is the situation when we're like, okay, now you're on top of it all. The few studios that you have, like, now you're letting people go.
Agreed.
What the hell does this mean?
Well, you know, the thing is that if they were more invested in this multiplayer than we think, and then now it's gone, and now maybe now they want to course correct, and maybe now they're saying, all right, no, listen, don't bother with this multiplayer shit. We got other studios trying to figure it out. Go back to single player.
They shouldn't do that. And this is what I'm talking about. Will Phil be doing that? He would not. He would say, finish the game. Let's put the game out. You've been making it for a long time.
Want to, though,
and they should release the game, and they should listen, and they should fix whatever needs fixing with it.
But that's if the studio wants to. What Phil does is he takes studios who want to be working on that game and give them the time to do what they want to do.
I think what
but if Naughty Dog wasn't feeling this game and they just were pressured into making a multiplayer game,
they were making the game, right? And I understand.
Well, they were told to make the game.
Yes, but they're being told. They've made one before. Was the one before?
It was a mode before.
Yes,
it was just a small mode on their single player game.
This is such a messy situation. I feel like they need to step out. At this point, they're letting people go. Just step out and tell us what's happening in there. Like, at this point, you're seeing them that they're kind of like just deteriorating your studio. They don't give a crap about you guys. So just come out and say your piece.
Agreed.
Right? Let's 100%. Not dissolve what they are. You don't want them anymore, sell them to freaking Xbox. I feel like Philly will scoop them up real fast.
I mean, obviously they're not going to get rid of Naughty Dog, but again, if this is the case where they were working on like this multiplayer game, and then all of a sudden now they're like, okay, we'll go back and focus on your single player. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean we're not going to see a Naughty Dog game for another 3 to 4 years?
That's a long time, dude.
Like, The Last of Us Part 2 came out in 2020. So it's been 3 years already since they've released the game.
That's crazy.
And if they're starting something new or something that was barely started, Naughty Dog tends to take a long time. So it could even be 4 to 5 years before we see a game from Naughty Dog if they're scrapping this game, Factions.
And you know what's crazy?
Do you kind of bootlegged fucking game that they take like the bones of Factions and like try to turn it
into a game,
to a single player game, kind of like what happened with Redfall.
Yeah,
which is, if they do that, they'll probably fuck it up somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And that will start tarnishing their name, like Arcane Austin, who was the golden child of like single player games, now is like being challenged. Like, do you guys even know how to do that anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that won't be a good look, man, if they just try to stumble something together.
This summer, we were so excited because they were going to have their show, right? And we actually went ahead and we broke down, we did a stream breaking down all of their studios and what they could potentially be working on. And then we got slapped up with trash.
We got
that was heartbreaking.
We had so much faith in them. We were like, we're going to see this.
And what have they made, and what can they be working on?
So you can see how happy we were with the idea of what PlayStation was going to show us. And now, where we had all those games, we talked for a couple hours about all those games, the potential of what we could have seen. And now I feel like there's no potential for any game.
Shintaro was there. He's in the chat. He was hyped with us.
Yep.
And then again, we did a live stream watching the show, and we were all pissed, flipping tables.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
It wasn't cool, man.
It was not. Dragonheart Yobi says, I just want my Mass Effect characters in Fortnite.
Yeah, bring them all, baby.
I haven't brought like a character, or at least like a default character into Fortnite yet for Mass Effect.
You would think, but I don't know how cool EA is with Epic. EA, I think, might be a little pissed that Epic came in and kind of took them out a little bit. Like, they stole their thunder, right? It became a huge deal. This Pain says we plan on Xbox, and what's your gamer tag? That way we can play together. Pause. Oh, nice. CMoney for life. CMoney space 4 space the word life. LIFE. That is me. I'm the original. I don't have any of the hashtags that other people have now who probably try to steal my name.
You've had that for so long,
since the first Xbox. As soon as Xbox Live came out, I picked it. It was mine, and it was done. We actually have to change Doodle's name, because Doodle is.
Oh my gosh, guys! Wait! Don't even tell them yet. Get ready. All right. I feel like it goes with me a little bit. I think
they're all gonna be like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So Doodle's name on Xbox is Dangerous Mess. I think you get it. Yeah. But I think we're gonna change it so that it could be more Doodle-ish, so people know that it's her out in these streets playing these games. But yeah, definitely hit me up. Send me a message. Send me a friend invite, all that fun stuff. Eric says, I want a new ODST game. Facts. That was a great game, dude. Really? ODST was so compact.
Yes.
But like had the dope ass like feel when you played the game. Oh man, they had like the environmental like atmosphere was crazy. Paul Fred says Xbox is hiring for the new studio Goody Dog. We'll call our first game The First of Us.
That's funny.
Shit. I like that, yo.
When I first read it, I believe that shit.
Like, hold up. Are they?
I was like, they have a new studio? Goody Dog? What is this? It's called The First of Us. That was good.
Yes.
Snakewood, is that you, This Pain? Or I don't know who it is, but thank you for adding me. I will add you back once we're done.
Goody Dog.
John says the last thing Phil needs is another unfinished game release. Facts.
Yeah. That's a lot of baggage.
Absolutely. And then Mr. Joanna Dark says that's why Jim was spending a lot of money on hats. They didn't have much from first party. Facts. G maybe says loved ODST. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a scary situation. Like if I was like a PlayStation only type of dude, I would be nervous. And the funny thing is that I've never felt nervous with Xbox. Like even when people were doom and glooming it, like the thing is that I love their core games, like Gears, Halo, Forza, yes, and yes. You know what I'm saying? So like I've always had my bread buttered. It's just everything they added to it was amazing. Fable, I loved all the Fables. Like everything Xbox brought out, I love. So I never felt any type of way. Whereas now it's almost like I'm a little overwhelmed by Xbox. Like I don't even know what to do. Like I look at the Game Pass list of games that came out. It's like, bro, I'm still playing Starfield.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
I'm still playing Starfield. I need to play this game. Like I hopped on Forza Motorsport. I had to do it. I played it. I felt it. Loved it. I gotta play Starfield. Like I'm still in it. It's just too good, man.
It's a palate cleanse, babe.
Yeah,
you just
it
gotta,
is. But I'm saying so many other games
there's
that
so
are coming,
much, yes,
that are out right now. You have Assassin's Creed coming out. It's not doing super great with reviews, but I'm like, it's like coming back to form. Like I feel like you need to play that game to get you back into the old style of Assassin's Creed.
oh
You
my
like to
god,
play.
I played it so many hours.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
like there's just so much. And then Alan Wake. I think Alan Wake we're gonna play for sure. Like
We
when
have
it comes
to. We
out,
have to do like a
stream, like a
Halloween. Yes.
spooky stream. I think so. I think we're gonna have to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I was a PlayStation dude, I would feel very scared as to what's coming. If the reality is that all the first party studios are just making their regular first party games and then there's like new games being made, then everything's fine. But the problem is everything we see in front of us and all the shit that's happening doesn't give us that confidence.
Yeah.
Right? That's why when I look at it, all I see is PlayStation falling apart. It's crumbling down piece by piece, and we don't know when it's going to end or what's going to come from it or what's going to emerge from it.
And the sad thing is, like, I feel like we need to have like a little meeting when we can break this down, for the ponies, because we're talking about people that are like, they think Starfield is coming to PlayStation. And so I feel like they don't know what's happening right now. And we need to come save them. Like, we need to explain this situation in a way that they can understand why we're freaked out for them. I feel like they think that we're just talking trash. Like, we're just here to come and get them the same way that they do, with, the Xbox community. And this is the thing. I never understood how hard they really go until like the last month. And I started seeing on Twitter the slander, the videos, the freaking comments that they leave and make. And I was dumbfounded because I didn't know that people talk to other people about gaming in such a derogatory way and so personal. That was mind-blowing to me. And so I just feel like, and a lot of the things I heard were extremely ignorant.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a group that it was in writing, Starfield coming to Xbox, right? And they're like, yes, coming to PlayStation too. And it's like, we told them, no, it's just Xbox, but they don't understand that. So they're like, yeah, so we're getting it next week. It's coming eventually. So I feel like we need to really break this down in a way that can, the message can be
denial.
sent.
It's denial. They're not, ponies are not built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, we had Dirt on, and one of the big things we talked about with Dirt on the interview was these flip-floppers.
Yes.
Right? Like, these people are not built for tough times. They're weak.
Yes.
They're fragile-minded people, right? So they need to constantly be on that side of the fence because they can't handle it, right? So they want to be on the PlayStation side because everything's rosy over there. So they just want things to be good, right? They don't want to go through it with Xbox. But now Xbox, not only did they go through it, but they came out on the other side, baby. They came out on the other side, and they're prospering. Like, we have nothing but growth ahead of us. Like, we don't have just one tiny little path. We have multiple paths in front of us. Phil can do whatever he wants. Like, there's so much ahead of us. It's crazy.
I agree. And I honestly, listen, their leader, that was a big problem, right? Because they follow through. Like, I feel like he set such a bad example about what gaming should be and what a community should be. I feel like, obviously, this is not how things roll with Xbox, right? And it's sad, but I feel like that divide has been created by the ponies and PlayStation.
Absolutely. G maybe says Xbox survived because a lot of their titles have so much replayability.
Yes.
Facts. Absolutely.
That's true. We talk about games like Spider-Man, right? You're gonna go in, you're gonna beat the game, and then it's done. We're done talking about it. It's over. Same thing with God
See,
of
if the
War,
rumors are
right?
true, it's only 15 hours to beat the game,
Yeah.
30 hours to platinum it. Now, listen, I'm gonna be straight up. For me, that's music to my ears, right? I'm like, sweet, 15 hours, and I could beat that game and be done with it. Like,
Move on. Yes.
that's dope. That's all I need from it. It's not going to captivate me any further than that. And I guarantee you, by the time I'm at like hour 10, those last 5 hours are probably going to be a grind for me where I'm like, all right, how many times am I going to swing through this damn city? I get it. Oh, another car being chased by bad guys. I should probably go down and help them. You know, this happens every 2 minutes. So this town is really fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm on the clock, bro. Come on.
So I mean, there's only so much that I'm going to be willing to do. John says, no need for another Redfall after Starfield, bro. Xbox on a roll. Facts.
Yeah, they are.
Back from the Dead says, tell the ponies the same thing I heard when I wanted to play Spider-Man when I wanted to play Spider-Man. Go buy a PlayStation.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, you want to go play Starfield? Go buy an Xbox, fam. Facts. Back from the Dead. Facts. Let them know. His Pain says, these ponies need an intervention.
They do, baby. Let's get started.
No. I feel like there's no type of intervention that can help these people.
The lack of understanding, it's freaking irrational.
Yep.
It's crazy.
John says, still don't get that shit. Xbox folk know if they want to play Spider-Man, we gotta get a PlayStation.
It's so simple.
It's really simple. Facts, bro. Facts. G maybe says, ponies aren't conditioned for this. Their brand of choice was in the lead for too long. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Boss Red says Sony fanboys have accepted that Sony fanboys have accepted that Starfield, so now they're using all their time bashing Starfield.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes.
They know that's what it is. Okay, sorry. So Sony fanboys have accepted it now. So they know they're not going to get it.
Yeah.
That's why they spend all their time bashing Starfield, because they're trying to dry their tears.
And this is why we need them to make some freaking games so they can find something to do. This is crazy. And I said it before. I don't understand how they can hate something so much and dedicate so much time and so much creativity from people that can't understand something as simple as Starfield is Xbox exclusive, right?
Yep.
We're talking about them creating freaking accounts to multiple accounts to go and bash freaking Starfield and Xbox. Like, the ways that they go about these things, how creative they get, and how much energy they spend on it. It's like, dude, find something else to do.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. They're ponies, bro. They're ponies. And if they don't get fed right, they get cranky.
Get new huffs.
They get cranky. And like, think about this, right? They're ponies. They live in the shadow of real horses. You know what I'm saying? And Philly Phil is a stallion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's taking Xbox where they need to be. And these ponies are like, I just want to be like you. I just wish I was bigger. You ain't bigger. You ain't gonna be bigger.
We played the Last of Us. We did a full gameplay of the game, and I love horses, man.
You do love horses.
I love horses.
Those are facts. Boss Red says, sorry, bro, workflow. Nah, don't worry about it, man. I get it.
It's all right. We're happy you're here.
I knew I just had to get it right, you know, no worries. This Pain says, oh, we're gonna have an intervention, but these ponies are gonna go steal them paws, hands, and feet. Yeah, they're fucked up, man. It's funny. Joanna Dark says, I would take a 15 to 30 hour game as long as the story is good and gameplay is tight.
Yes, baby.
Facts.
Yes.
Dion Hayes says 100%. They wake up mad and go to bed mad and have dreams and nightmares about Xbox. Even one taking a shower or using the toilet, they think about Xbox.
I'm seeing green.
Yo,
yes, I get it, baby.
These are all facts, bro. This Pain says, you see, God of War barely lasted a week and then nobody was talking about it.
Yes.
Bro, listen, I don't know what to do because like I have my PlayStation, right? We bought the little clips for it, so now it looks like Spider-Man. I buy these games. Like I have Ragnarok. I played it for a while, but then I got bored. Like it's not that good. It's either not that
it's
good
overrated.
or like these PlayStation people, they just have a certain game style that just lures them in. God of War, the first game was dope. It was unique. It was fresh. It was dope. But this was just retreaded ground, man. We know exactly what they did. They cut the budget. They said, "No, man, you're not going to make a first party banger of a next gen game. Nah, you're going to make God of War Ragnarok."
And you see it. It reflected. The game did reflect the budget cut. It did. And I don't know how no one steps up and says anything about it. That's what's kind of frustrating because, again, they take the time to dissect all these Xbox games. We have Philly out here apologizing. Get the hell out of here with that shit. Like, they are lucky I'm not freaking running Xbox because I will send them to kick rocks so fucking fast. Facts, no lie. This is the thing. They have him out here apologizing and then like, PlayStation can do no wrong, bro. Like, I can go and dissect your games and really get at it.
You know what's the shit, though? Philly ain't no bitch. He ain't out here apologizing like, oh, God, please forgive me. He's apologizing to his fans. He's saying, and not to his fans, but Xbox fans, right? He's saying, listen, especially for Redfall, right? The reality is, what he is saying is, I fucked up. I should have been on those motherfuckers.
Asses. Yeah, hell yeah.
They let me down, so in turn I let you down because I let them run amok. All right, but the shit ain't happening no more.
Yeah, I'm watching what you're doing.
Shit ain't happening no more. Everybody's gonna know when they make a game under us, they're not the same old Joes they were before. They're Xbox first party, and that shit's gonna mean something.
Yeah,
and it does mean something.
Philly, don't trust
we're already
nobody.
In that boat, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't trust nobody.
Tight.
Facts.
Let's go.
John says, looking forward to the backlash of them renting COD from Xbox. Gonna be fun. That's gonna be the most glorious thing, bro. Every time a pony posts that they're playing Call of Duty, I was like, man, how'd it feel sliding those dollars right in to Xbox's pocket?
I don't care what they say. If PlayStation can get out of this deal, right? This advertising deal, they need that 10%. They need those pennies. They need that money back in their pockets, right? This is the thing. Right now, everybody's set, right? Whoever bought a PlayStation and wants to play Call of Duty, that's exactly where they're going to play it, right?
Yep.
So this year, it is what it is. It be what it be. You're going to get what you get, whether you advertise the game or not, right?
Facts.
Next year, when you're out of that deal, baby boy, that's when it's gonna matter. All right? Yep. That's when it's gonna matter.
Absolutely.
I can't even imagine how many people are gonna cap that freaking Xbox for $199.
Oh, for Black Friday, they leaked $199 for the Series S. That's gonna be crazy. And you slap the Call of Duty on that box, baby.
Yep.
Holy shit. Yobi says, if my parents see me out here acting like an extreme fanboy, they would whoop my ass for being a fucking idiot. Facts. Facts. I feel that.
It's a different time, man.
Yeah, it's these
those
fucking
ass
kids,
whoopings, as wrong as they were, they taught us something. They taught us something.
Respect.
Yeah.
A lot of respect.
Dumbass. You don't know shit about that, man.
You don't know shit about that.
Ain't nobody hit you. Lucky ass. Fuck out of here. John says it was cool when PlayStation had an exclusive, though. Facts. G maybe says God of War, Last of Us, Spider-Man could all take place on different planets inside of Starfield. We are not the same. Yo.
Hashtag we're not the same.
We are not the same.
Yo, that should be
we need that shit modded. I swear. I know people can do it. Just literally take Spider-Man and just boom, put it on a planet. That's fire right here. Dusty says Doodle's a savage. Facts. Oh shit. Bugsy says Doodle is a beast.
Thank you, guys.
These are facts.
Oh, yeah. Doodle's a wild card. Let's just say that.
Maybe says that's why CMoney's shoes are always dirty. Duty's telling him to kick rocks.
Go kick some pebbles, CMoney.
So much.
Oh my god, they're always freaking dirty. I don't know how you do it, bro. That may be it, though.
They are dirty. Boss Rush says, remember when Sony had bangers after bangers? Baby Steps is gonna sell millions of consoles.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
Baby Steps, bro. That's crazy.
Baby
This Pain says, I
steps.
love you guys. I love the energy. So happy that I found you
Baby.
guys. Oh, this Pain.
We're
Thank
so
you so
happy
much,
you're
man.
here. It's
We
crazy.
really appreciate you.
Thank
We
you.
really do. John says, fun times, bro. Beautiful time to be an Xbox gamer.
It
You know
is.
what? This is the thing. The reality is that if you were always in Xbox's camp, for the most part, you had the games you wanted, right? Like you fell in love with Xbox because of their Halo or Gears or Forza or Fable. Like their first party shit is what drew us in. And even though it was like that cycle of 1 year Halo, 1 year Gears, 1 year Fable, 1 year Forza, like yeah, but we like that shit. Like I like that shit. It was good, right? So we always had a good time. What's fun for us now that's different back then is while we were busy playing our games, having fun and loving life, PlayStation fanboys were shitting on Xbox players because they thought that their games were better, or since they sold more consoles, they were the more dominant ones. Meanwhile, we're just playing our games, living our best life. Now that all of this is happening and we have an abundance of games that they want, now that's why it's fun, because we get to laugh, we get to dangle it like that Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I got my eyes, I think I like it. I'm on
And
that is what we get to do now. Right?
Oh my
They're gonna learn
God.
today. I'll tell you right now, you're gonna see some flip-floppers try to flip back. Flip that. Listen, if you see a flip-flopper come flipping
Pull
your
them
way,
out.
flip that motherfucker the opposite
Pull
side.
them out.
Don't let
Hell
them flip.
yeah.
Might as well
Don't
be
let 'em
shoes,
flip.
bro.
Hell no. This Pain says, Phil Spencer, he took it like a man. He didn't throw his studios under the bus like Jim Ryan. That was a bitch move.
It
100%.
was.
Matter of fact,
Yes.
he blamed himself. I'm the one who said that he gave Arcane the chance and they fucked it up. No,
Yep.
he took it and said it was his fault.
Yep.
He should have handled it and he didn't. Excuse me. That's what a real leader does.
Yes.
That's why Jim ain't there no more, because he ain't ever been a real leader. He's been sitting behind his desk, looking at numbers, not even giving a shit about the gamers. All he cared about was what was going to bring us money. And sorry, my man, but that didn't work out.
It did
You
not.
Gone. You gone. Yobi says, listen, I disrespect my teacher back in elementary. My dad held me up by my leg and whooped my ass.
Damn.
That was the
Holy
last
cow.
ass whooping I ever got. Ass whooping kept me out of jail and trouble.
That's the
Facts.
thing. Yes.
Listen, it's wild because we grew up and that's the way things went down. And look, I think we're not out here killing people on the street. Matter of fact, we don't even freaking discipline these kids like that. But shit, man. Sometimes they wish we would. You know what I'm saying? I wish we would.
Because
Kids are
listen,
wild.
it's crazy, but like when you're sitting there, it's just a different situation. I'm wondering how you guys feel about this, because I also feel like the new generations have changed the way that we even play online. Like I remember when we used to be able to go online and it was like, bet, we're together, we're a team. Yo, look out, there's someone up there. Like
Yep.
it was dope, it was fun, you were hanging out. Now you can't do that.
It's so
They
aggressive
talk
and
so much
sad and
crap.
angry.
Yeah. It
It's
is. It's
so
wild. Because remember,
toxic.
like back then, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have any of this stuff. So it's like, unless you went on like the forums and stuff that people like really got into, I never did that. So going online was like you found your people, right? Like not everybody was a gamer back then. So you
Yeah.
go online and you're playing with your people. Like you take shit serious. Like I still, man, some of the best multiplayer I played was Rainbow Six Vegas, man. You talking to people, strategizing like strangers, and you just get in there and like, all right, what you good at? You go, all right, we're gonna go this way. No, let's go this way. Okay, let's do this. Why don't we split up this way? Like you make plans with people and talk with people. People weren't sitting there blasting their music and just talking stupid shit and screaming and racial slurs and all this other shit. It's like, all right, mute you, and then you just sit there in silence.
And then you're no longer having that connection that you were having before. It's crazy. But like this new gen, obviously they either put up with the crap or they don't understand what that's like. And it's sad, honestly, but I do love what Xbox is doing with that too. Like if you're going ahead and you're talking crap and you get reported, you
Yep.
get paused out. Like I love that, man. Like
Yeah.
let's get things back on track.
Agreed.
The
You know
way
what we
they
need to
used
do
to
is
be.
we need to eventually get like a game night that
Yes,
we do with the community. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like have
love
everybody
that.
come in and we just
Oh man.
start playing shit together. That'd be super dope.
Yes.
Bunty says, I love listening to y'all. Keep up the good work.
Oh,
Enough
thank
respect.
you,
Oh, I mean, we
baby.
are
Oh,
great, aren't
thanks,
we?
Bunty,
Thank
man.
you.
I
I
appreciate it. Man.
Let's
Wildin'.
see. Just joking.
See, these young kids, man. They out here in these streets. Boss Red, has anyone tried the Stormtrooper mods or the Infinite Outpost build? No, I haven't really. I'm trying to just play it straight and narrow right now. Unless they come out with a Master Chief skin or something that I need a mod, then I'll make that happen.
Yeah,
real
drop
quick.
everything.
This pain says, my abuela be giving chancletazos.
Oh man, that chancleta.
Yo, the
Anything they
chancleta's fucking
find though,
lethal,
like if the
bro.
chancleta's not there, it's like what else
Fucking
is?
hanger.
Like anything was up for
Hatred.
grabs.
The
Yo,
blood.
hatred is for real. John says, feels like Xbox back on top right now. Always been great, but been a while.
Hell yeah.
I feel that. Umbra,
You know,
what is good, my man?
welcome. It's always been great, but the lack, I feel like, okay, so this is the thing. The lack of respect has been ridiculous. And
Facts.
I feel like now, right, they always find things to go ahead and be nasty or disrespectful about. I feel like they're running out of things to say. I feel like they have nothing else to do but put respect on the Xbox name.
It's forced
And that's such a big deal. Now, you know what we're not thinking about? What's going to happen at IGN if
when
PlayStation
Xbox is the big dog?
Yes.
And like
they-
destroys
it depends on what
PlayStation.
Phil does. If Phil allows them to stay the way they are, then nothing will happen. But if Phil does what he should and start limiting their access,
Yes.
that's what needs to happen.
I want them to feel it because that was so rough, dude. Like that week was rough. They were out there leaving out the Xbox name. Dude, that was rough to see. They didn't apologize. They acted like it was no big deal. It was a big deal.
An enormous deal.
And it should have been acknowledged. They should have apologized for it. They should have fixed it. And that should have been it. Instead, they doubled down. And that's like they just kept on going with it. I was so pissed, man.
Agreed.
IGN's
That
so
was
shitty.
crazy.
It's like ridiculous.
Agreed. Yeah, it was wild. Like they're just so blatant.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on in there, but they've been very blatant and they've kind of just said, I don't give a shit. This is who we are. This is what we're doing. And we don't care what you think or feel.
Agreed.
But guys, we do care about what you think or feel. So please hit that like button if you're
Ooh.
digging the stream.
Yes.
Oh,
hit
yes,
the like
I would
button.
say so.
Just
That
click it.
is greatly appreciated,
And if
guys.
you're watching and you're not in the chat right now and you're saying, dude, it would be dope to jump in there, you
join
should.
us.
You
Come
should
on.
hit the subscribe button, come in, hang with us, hit the bell. This is the most important part. You got to hit the bell
Yes.
so that you know when we go live so that you can hang out with us all the time because that's the way we like to
we
do
put
things.
it on our Discord too before
join
we
the
go
Discord
live.
is right there. It's fun times, guys. This pain says it's like look at the subscription services. They're not talking about how many people are subscribed. They're talking about how many people watch it or play the game or play the same game.
Yes.
Facts. 100%. John says ponies need to suck it up like Xbox folk did. Beautiful thing about having integrity is that everything changes. 100%. This pain says it's like boxing as well. Bailey, they talk about how many pay-per-views now is how many people watched it. It's the numbers that they're trying to go with. Again, agreed. The whole industry is changing.
That's what
it's
matters.
not like the old days. Exactly. Because it's engagement, right?
Yes.
It's how many people are showing up. That's what matters.
I love that you brought up boxing. I used to watch boxing all the time.
Absolutely. John says, facts, Doodle. Wait till you see them turn Xbox to keep their job too.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, I believe that. So yeah. All right. Now, this is the other thing I wanted to bring up. It's not just factions that got hit. All right. Knights of the Old Republic, the remake, that was supposed to be an exclusive to Sony. Now that's not a first party. Jesse B, what's good, my
baby,
man?
welcome.
Welcome.
Jesse, how's it
Thank
going?
you for coming to hang by. That's a big game that a lot of people were pumped for. Shit, I was like, oh damn, that's a good get for Sony. But then I saw who was making it. I was like, I really don't think that's gonna go too far. Turns out
I'm gonna change my mind real quick.
It's not only is it not happening right now, but they've went back. Okay, I gotta read it here. They went back and they took the trailer, they made it private so nobody could watch it, and all the old tweets and posts about the game have been deleted.
Really?
They are deleting it. Gogo Pole says, "You guys doing great work. Thank you so much, Gogo. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Bunty says, I have to go. Great show. I'll listen to the rest later.
Oh,
thank you,
baby,
Bunty, for
thank
rocking
you for
with us,
hanging
man.
with us.
Appreciate it.
Let's go.
So, yeah, it just seems like they really have nothing that's going right for them right now. Like, Spider-Man's going to be a good game, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be good. But after that, like, the scariest day is the release date of Spider-Man, because as of that day, there is nothing left for a pony to look forward to. Nothing.
I agree.
That's like if you feed the ponies, right? And you have them out and you keep them in a barn and you feed them. And the day that Spider-Man releases is the last day that they eat that food.
That's their last
and
meal.
There has no other food in the bucket.
That's a sad analogy, see.
Damn, am I going to be am I going to get food? Or are we going to have to eat each other? That's what's going to happen to these ponies. You're going to see them flip. They're going to attack each other. I never liked PlayStation. Nah, you did like PlayStation. Nah, I didn't.
Can you imagine? Oh my God, I will love to see that.
Wild. Also, Sony, they're getting more dude, they got hacked recently, and now Sony was notifying current and former employees and their family members about another cybersecurity breach.
What the hell, dude? Are you sure that Jimmy Jim didn't just take everybody's credit card number and booked?
I think that's what it is.
Is that what went down?
That's how he got that 250 mil.
Because this hacking.
He's just charging everybody shit. Stockpiling it.
Let me get my paper. Let me get my paper. It's crazy, dude. Okay, so first of all, this hack situation, I feel like I need more info. I feel like Philly would have been out here telling us what was what, right? But these are just have they confirmed anything? Have they said what's been taken? What should we be worried about?
Telling people in the back end, but people are not playing Sony's game, bro. People are just coming out with it nah, fuck that. I'm gonna tell everybody. And that's what's happening.
Snitch, bitch, snitching ass bitch.
They learn from the best. You got Jimmy out here setting the stage for what's expected from a pony.
Yeah.
That's it. So that went down, which is, again, it's just all boiling down to not having any trust in the idea of what Sony and PlayStation are going to be. You can't. If I was a new gamer coming in the ring and I'm seeing both options in front of me, do I go the PlayStation route or do I go the Xbox route? 1,000 out of 1,000 times, I'm going to go the Xbox route.
And this is a life freaking lesson. Yes, if you know about it, if you see it, it's really simple, right? But there are a lot of people that just, go with the crowd. And I feel like that's the bigger problem, right?
Yep.
Everybody needs to do their freaking research. I mean, I'm telling you, anybody for themselves, but even people with kids, this Game Pass situation is no freaking joke. Are you kidding me? Now you just have to worry about, birthdays and Christmas instead of buying every game that comes out for your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just give them Game Pass
subscription and here, go ham.
It's the easiest thing in the world. Mill, welcome.
Appreciate
you being here.
What's up, Mill?
You being here. All right, so I think we can all agree that after what took place today, we have seen everything we needed to know about the idea that Sony and PlayStation, that legacy they had, it's not the same anymore. It's crumbling down. We don't see a future for them right now. And
well, we do see a future, and it involves A dump fire.
That's the only future we can see. It's just a dumpster fire that they are right now.
Oh my
God. I
God.
mean, listen, as far as that was concerned, we're gonna end that there. We're gonna finish up with a
Can you
little
do
more.
me a favor,
I
C?
could always do you a favor.
Can you put up a poll and see
Oh,
how
I
many?
can't do that favor.
No,
because that's a different. I can't do it from
Oh,
StreamYard.
from the okay. I wanted to know how many of you feel that Jimmy was fired, and how many of
Okay,
you
we could do that easy. You ready?
All right.
If you believe Jimmy was fired, put a 1 in the chat. If you think he retired, put a 2 in the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
I need to know how you guys feel about the situation.
Yeah, do that, and we're gonna move on.
Yes.
With a few more little tidbits, and then we'll wrap it up with our gaming news block. All right, guys, we're back.
Those ones are coming through. Let's go.
That's right.
My
That's
people.
Right. Our people.
They see it too.
They know what's what. They know what's what. This is just the reality of what it is. All right. So, real quick, just want to bring it up real fast because it came up and it's like, well, the reckoning has come for them. They couldn't escape it. GameIndustry.biz is reporting that 5 former Ubisoft executives, including Sergei Housekeeping, which was the guy who decided every single game for Ubisoft, and Tommy Francois have been arrested following a year-long investigation into claims of sexual assault and harassment. That is
something else.
That's crazy that it, number one, took this long.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that they got him.
That's the thing. Like, I'm glad that we live in a world now where these things can come to light. It's heartbreaking. It's so frustrating to hear that these things happen and that they happen so freaking often. And that people abuse their power to take advantage of other people.
Yep.
Like, it's not good enough to have the money that you have and the power that you have out there with how people see you. On top of it, you have to take advantage of other people. Like, physically, it's crazy. And I'm glad that is out. But like that, you can't take away what happened. But at least they're not just getting away with it.
Agreed 100%. Honestly, you know, that was such an important thing to come to light.
Yeah.
You know, that movement was a big deal. And as much as there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of like shady stuff that also kind of came from it because people do abuse things sometimes. It did shine a light on these, you know, predators, like these people who were, you know, are wrong, that they should not have been in power. They should not just be doing whatever they want to do. I mean, it's something that celebrities have done forever. And it's like, I'm glad that we got to the point where it came out because, you know, we have 4 daughters, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I want them to have ambition and I want them to go into that corporate world if they want to do that and, you know, follow whatever they want to do. But I don't want them to be in a position where they go to this big company and some douchebag who's, you know, powerful at the company tries to, you know, do something or make them feel a certain way because of his position and his power. And that's bullshit. So I do want to live in a world where if my daughter goes in there and some dude's acting a fool, she can get him gone.
She's gonna whoop his ass. That's what's gonna
beat
happen.
His ass too. She's don't fuck with her. You think Doodle?
Fuck what you heard.
You think Doodle is something? Purple Berry is the next generation of Doodle. She ain't fucking around.
She is not.
She's not fucking around. But yeah, so you know, I'm glad that's happened. I'm glad that came to light. And good. Like I'm glad this is happening. Another thing with BioWare in Dragon Age Dread, that the Dread Wolf. So it's funny because we were just kind of talking about poor treatment, but former Dragon Age Dread Wolf developers to sue BioWare for better severance pay following August layoffs. 7 plaintiffs are requesting fair pay plus damages for unreasonably poor treatment. Unreasonably poor treatment. Like, I feel like this stuff is so sad because it feels like it's just everywhere, right? Like, it's all these people who just thought that they can just do what they wanted and just be how they wanted. And it's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting. These companies have so much money. EA is one of the biggest studios or publishers in the world. There's no reason why they can't lay these people off and get a proper severance package. But this is the world we live in. And I'm glad they feel like they can fight it.
Good.
Right? And like, that's what's up.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yobi says, CMoney, when I worked for Marriott years ago, my boss tried to abuse his power by talking to us crazy and sending idle threats. I threatened him back, talked to his bosses, his whole tune changed. But this is the thing. What's dope is that you stood up for yourself, and this is almost
the kicker
part. The people you went to complain listen to you.
Yes.
Because that's the issue when they don't, right? That was the problem with Ubisoft, because it was so ingrained that Sergio or whatever his name was, he was untouchable, because even if people complained, they just let it happen.
Yeah, it was overlooked. Yes.
Or they say, we'll look into it. Oh, we don't have any proof or evidence, right? So I'm glad that it went that way for you, man, because that would have sucked.
Yeah.
Dion says, have you heard about this story right here about Sony and the company that used to work with them for the statues? And we talked about that last week.
Yes.
Yes. That they destroy. Did we talk about that Monday? No, Monday we talked about our morning quest.
Yes, on our morning quest, we were talking about that. And it blows my freaking mind. These are characters from their beloved games, right? These characters.
Like,
and
why? That's so
they
stupid.
have the money, right? So these people paid for these things, right? They're done. This company already gave PlayStation their cut. And now PlayStation doesn't want them to things out. They want them destroyed.
Yep.
Blows my mind. Now they did put out everything. They said whatever they had to say, and I feel like they didn't go any further to see what PlayStation is going to do about the situation and what comes from the customers that went ahead and gave like their information and their money, right, to this company. I feel like later on, if this continues, this doesn't get resolved, what we're going to see. And honestly, I'm dying to see that warehouse. I want to see the receipts. I want to see the statues. I want to see the boxes all out there. And if they do go through with it, I want to see the smashing.
Right.
But it is crazy that they would go ahead. It's almost like they want to demolish and destroy everything they worked so hard for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm having a hard time processing. Like, okay, so you're laying people off, you're letting people go. You don't have your studios working on anything because you don't know what direction to take. And now you want these statues destroyed.
Bro, Sony has to be probably the stupidest company of our day.
Out of their money. What are you doing?
They're making EA look pretty damn good.
What? Yo, Sony is tripping.
Yeah, they are.
But what can be the rationale? This doesn't even make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense unless the statues were coming out ass, and they were looking at those statues like, that's not the quality we want. Destroy that shit. See, that's what they don't tell us. We don't know. What if they sent somebody over there and it was like, these statues are garbage?
Point,
like,
you
guys suck ass.
But you
I
know,
can just imagine it.
Problem,
Clearly.
we're not. Sorry,
like,
Madman, you're talking.
Yep. My bad.
Go ahead, Batman. Go ahead.
I didn't hear him.
I just said that I could imagine Jim walk in and be like, oh, those are very nice Shrek figures. Oh, this is Kratos. And that's just Ellie. Burn them all.
So that's the thing. And you know what's the problem? We don't hear from PlayStation. So if I felt like, okay, they're going to come through, they're going to go and tell us their side. CMoney, you brought up an excellent point. And guess what? If this is what they were saying, if this is what's really happening, and they said, look at what they made. This is not right to do to our characters. You guys are not going to be happy. So the reason why we want them to destroy them is because we want them to make new ones because you guys deserve better. Then yes, go ahead. Make them pay. Make them remake these statues.
Well, look,
but you're not saying anything.
Yobi says, from what I heard, they said the quality wasn't up to par.
Yes.
Like, that makes more sense to me. Like, I don't know who gaming heads are, so I don't know what they do. Joanna Dark says all the statues were made of toothpicks. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's wild. Either way, it's a bad look. Like, they should have just let them. I mean, it's not their brand that's going to get fucked up. It's gaming heads that's going to get fucked up. So, I mean, first of all, graphically, their games ain't all that anyway, Sony. So I don't know. You guys are fucking up your graphics first. How about you work harder, put better graphics?
This is what we saw, guys.
That's all
this is what we made.
Yobi says, correction. I stood up for my entire team. Everyone was too scared to speak up. He had everyone wrapped up. I let it be known when I first started there, I will be a problem for you.
Bro,
good.
She's
good.
Bro,
listen, everybody needs a hero, and you were the hero.
There we go.
And that's what I like.
You're
to see.
literally the protagonist.
John says, part of growing up and getting strong is going through the shit. Wouldn't change anything about my shit. For real. You got to do it. This Pain says, look at that piece of shit former president dead. Oh, nice. I feel it, man. Jesse says, Sony should be shouting that, though. For real. Like, put it out there. Say, hey, listen, gaming heads is out here trying to discredit us or make us look like shit. Guess what? Their statues were garbage. We didn't want our faces on those shitty ass statues.
Yes, look at the pictures. Look at what we got. This is not acceptable. They are the problem, right? But then again, you also then have to say, here's the cut, right? Here's the money back, right? And I think that maybe that's why they're not saying that, because if the company's not going to go ahead and make them, right? And they're not going to remake these statues, they don't want to give up that money that came in.
Yep, agreed.
And this is the thing, I said it before, call your credit card companies. Don't go back and forth with companies. I paid for something, they didn't go ahead and send me the what I paid for, and it's all over the place that they're not going to. And so go to your credit card companies. Don't play that long game when you're reaching out to freaking PlayStation, you're reaching out to the other company making the damn thing. Just go to your credit card.
Yep. Jesse says, the longer you leave it out there without addressing it, the more people will let their mind run wild.
Yes,
facts.
I agree 100%.
Y'all surprised? Remember when Cyberpunk was broken and people wanted the money back? Sony pulled a Doodle and told them to kick rocks.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so the last topic we're going to talk about before we get out of here very quickly is this canceled Hyenas game from SEGA.
Real quick, Jesse B, I love your profile picture. I am loving it. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I heard some buzz that might have been, cost a pretty penny, and it just getting thrown out the window.
Yeah, so supposedly it's SEGA's biggest budget game ever.
Oh.
Former developers have claimed, and Neil Blomkamp, who is that director who made like those cool robot, like futuristic looking movies, provided direction on the game's story. So they were like going in, but this is a foreshadowing to our Sony friends and our ponies that SEGA, even them, they looked at their game and said, shit, this is not unique enough. This is not good enough to survive out there. It's going to damage us more if we release it than just try to start something new. That's wild, though. They spent all that money just to back out of it.
That sucks. And maybe they'll repurpose it into something else, Maybe. It's not impossible.
It's possible. It is possible.
Listen, if you can't stick to it and fix it, you have to know what's going to be damaging to your brand. Right?
Yep. Agreed. 100%. Well, let me read a few more of these chats and then we're going to get out of here, guys. This has been an awesome show. Thank you all for being here. We loved rocking with you. This was such a great time. Yobi says, yo, Doodle CMoney, listen, I'm starting a collection of action figures. Listen, what type of display cases do y'all recommend? Please and thank you.
I would say glass.
Yes, so we have actually quite a few. So if you look behind Doodle, I don't know if you can see them. Like one right there. That's an all glass case.
No, right here.
Yeah,
That one.
we have 3 of them
That
lined up
one.
on either side of each machine. There's a tall glass case. Those are dope. We have lights that go in there,
Yes.
so you can like turn on the light.
Which I'll do for you guys so you can see what's in there if you want to check it out.
Yeah. So, but those are good. I have
Yes.
another one that's like basically any actually it's funny. Madman kind of said it, but honestly, anything that's like a glass case. I think we got this one from was it Bob's?
Well, the glass case.
My tall one over
the
here.
The tall one, yes, that was from Bob's.
But those glass ones are from what, IKEA?
These are from IKEA.
IKEA has some dope ass ones.
Freaking good.
They even depending on your space, you can get like really big ones that have like a bunch of space. Like there's just depends on how big you want to go. But they also have, you know, like those are slimmer single rows, kind of, you know, they're a good footprint. So you can put a bunch in there.
We always used to go for like open, but there's something really cool about just being able to close that space and see through the glass. Like it keeps them nice and neat, because as much as like I like keeping things nice and neat and clean, so these whatever figures or statues you buy, you want to not touch as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you're going to set them up differently or whatever, but you do want them to collect the least amount of dust possible.
Absolutely. Dragonheart Yobi said send a link if you have it.
Yes.
So we can link some of those for sure. Joanna Dark out here. Yo, this is like the fucking realest statement ever known to mankind right now. All these live service games being canceled and Skull and Bones is still fucking kicking.
Wow.
Yo, I don't understand. Just fucking cancel the game. Nobody wants that shit.
You know what? I feel like if Ubisoft actually releases a game, it'll be released as a joke, not even to be taken seriously.
I don't like it's so stupid. It's crazy. Boss Red says time flies when you're having fun. Deuces people and keep talking that shit. You know what's funny? I just learned what TTS meant. I saw people putting TTS and I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
You were like titties.
But it's talk that shit. I didn't know. But now I know. Yeah,
I thought it was titty Sonic.
Titty Sonic. Oh man. Jesse B says that's Little Man a long time ago. LOL, thanks. Oh, that's cute, man.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. Dude.
So
that's
handsome.
Awesome. Oh, guys, listen, deadass, yo, we really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very, very much. We're gonna get out of here.
Yes.
We're trying to keep it, you know, good timing. So we're gonna bounce. We're gonna leave the same way we always do. We're gonna say the stuff that we say. So our little outro. So again, just a reminder that YouTube won't let us monetize. So if you would like to help support the channel in any way, please consider joining our Patreon. The link is pinned to the chat. It's also in the description. It's also scrolling on the bottom of the screen. And you will be joining these fine folks here who really, really help us out, like our boy Jacob Novik, Mr. Joanna Dark, our homie Dragonheart Yobi, Fonto Sir, and Isaac Hayes 85. Yes. We appreciate you all so very much. So thank you guys. It means a lot to us. And don't forget, our shows are not over. Tomorrow we will be back here at 8 p.m. Eastern time with our show OnPoint Anime and Beyond.
Yes.
We're gonna have a great show.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be super fun. We got a lot to talk about, so definitely come and rock with us there. And then remember, we'll be back on Monday with Morning Quest with Doodle and CMoney, where we're going to talk some more games, start the week off right, have a fun chat with fun show with the chat. It's going to be a great time. And then remember,
we're going to TTS.
We're going to talk that shit. That's right. We're going to TTS. I'm going to change the name of the show. Morning Quest TTS. You know what I'm saying? So we have that. And then next week on Tuesday, we'll be back with her, him, and a guest.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so excited.
Next week's guest is none other than Dealer Gaming.
Yes, I love Dealer Gaming.
He has a dope-ass show. He's a cool-ass guy. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to do that. And again, don't forget, if you didn't watch it, go back and show our boy Dirt love. Watch his interview.
Yes.
If you thought you knew him,
was so good. You
don't
guys
know him all the way. There's so much in there that I never knew.
Yes, we also have Colt Eastwood. We have Matt. We have
Matt from Fun Speculation.
King David.
Yes. Go in.
The one and only Mr. Boom.
Mr. Boom, who started it all for us,
Big
man.
Boom. Boom.
G maybe says we're wrong. It's not talk that shit. It's try that sandwich.
Bruh.
And with that, we're gonna end it.
Yes,
Doodle,
guys.
Madman.
Hit the
Yes.
like button.
Yes, and
Join
share.
our Discord. Let's go. See.
You're stop. Let me do it. All right. Doodle, Madman.
Yes.
We're done.
We
Nice.
are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.